Hello, everybody, and welcome to Viper's Strike, a very special Crow Lane small-scale tale. I'm so excited to have you here. You look great, by the way. Thank you for dressing up for the occasion. Let's jump in like we always do with introductions. Hi, hello. I'm your game master of ceremonies. I'm really proud of that, so you have to laugh in the chat. I use she, they pronouns. I'm James. You can find me on TikTok at NiceOneJames and on Twitter and Instagram at TTRPGay. You can also find me wearing the brand joggers under what literally is a prom dress because that's just the vibe today. And let's move on from there to Mara.
Hey, everyone. God, what a day. What a day. I'm ready to party with y'all. You can find me on the internet at Lore Dropout or College of Lore Dropout. You can find where I write articles. And you can find me on a special secret project that's going to be announced super soon, so stay tuned. Also, I love what you're doing with your hair today. It looks great on you.
Amazing. I will stay tuned. Thank you, Mara. And let's pass it over to Grace.
Hello, everybody. I'm Grace. I go by she, her pronouns. And you can find me on the internet at LMAO Grace with 2 E's, talking about literally anything every single day. And on TikTok at Valkyrie's cousin, also talking about who knows what. And I'm so excited to be here today. And I'm wearing a fringe jacket. And I think it's really fun. Okay, yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you.
You are doing great at literally any time, and I'm obsessed with the fringe jacket.
Thank you.
Let's move over to TT.
Hello, everyone. I'm TT, and you can find me at TT Brett on all the things. And I was frantically scrambling around trying to get ready for this, so yay, we're ready to go. We're good.
But you look so good. Yeah, who else looks good? The whole cast, but for the sake of the segue, Bree.
Hi everyone, my name is Bree. My makeup was done by my lovely partner. This suit is Wildfang, and this little collar pin is from a artist called Yoshitani. So that's what I'm wearing on tonight's red carpet.
Hell yeah, thank you so much. Diana, what are you wearing on tonight's red carpet?
Hello, I'm Diana. You can find me most places at Sapphic Stregonona or just Sapphic Strega, and today I am wearing menswear I borrowed from my brother with a corset over it and hoping it doesn't awaken anything in me. It's too late.
Oh, gender is fake. I do need everyone at home to know that Diana was threatening to wear an I Love Hot Moms shirt today, and I have not stopped thinking
James,
about it. Yeah.
Hey, James.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's just us. Don't worry about it.
There's gonna be a costume change at the break, so I hope that you're.
Well, I'm sorry I spoiled your bit. Fuck. If you didn't hear that, act surprised. Quickly moving on. Last but not least, to Jess.
Hi folks, I'm Jess. You can find me on the internet at Seriously. You can also find me just not understanding how time zones work. Why do people do daylight savings continents apart and weeks apart? I don't know, but I'm fine. Sorry for the delay. I'm very excited to play.
Time is fake. Thank you so much. Also, be sure to follow our wonderful stream producer, Sable, who you can find at Ipathia all over the internet. We love them, and they're doing a wonderful job today. Let's move into some announcements. Folks, it's a Starfarers week. Starfarers this Wednesday. It's going to be a great time. You don't want to miss it. I will be role-playing 17 gods in the same scene, and I don't know how that's going to go, so be sure to tune in. After Wednesday, we unfortunately don't have any programming this weekend on occasion of I have to go LARPing, because if I'm not a little fantasy guy in a fake town, at least once a month I will die, probably. I haven't tested it yet. However, this is a great time if you've been wanting to catch up on any of our shows. You can do that over at YouTube, where we post the VODs. It's an excellent weekend to just fucking deep dive into trauma, gay, anything you could want. You can find that on YouTube at Starlight Tales. Also follow us on Twitter at Starlight Tales _. Every week we post updated announcements with the programming for the week, as well as, I don't know, maybe like some special announcements coming up in the next like couple days that you won't want to miss, and I am very excited about. So be sure to follow us there. Also, be sure to follow us on TikTok at Starlight Tales _ if you want to see some of your favorite moments from your favorite shows played once again for the algorithm, the fickle mistress. Also, hey, listen, you're watching us. You probably like TTRPGs. You probably like dice and beautiful accessories. we're so happy to announce we'd love to help you with that. We're partnering with the amazing people over at Die Hard Dice. So if you enter the code Starlight10 at checkout, you can get 10% off your order and help support some of your favorite TTRPG, sci-fi, fantasy gay people. And just Diana, you're only supporting. I don't know if that's.
I was mouthing us.
I just saw you doing this, and I was like, "Yeah, support
just
Diana
me in
specifically."
particular.
At Die Hard Dice with the code Starlight10. Do we have any other announcements? Okay. Well, nope, that wasn't a sentence that made sense. You didn't hear it. Without further ado, then put on your Sunday best, and we'll get started with Viper Strike. Welcome back. So, let's jump in. It has been 3 years since the ant farm ended. 3 years since Tenant, Chaser, and Rose brought the whole arena crashing down, taking the explosive rigged collars that had been a symbol of their helplessness within the labyrinth-like structure and turning each of them into one final weapon with a well-aimed throw. The elusive few who'd organized the event had promised riches and fame beyond measure for those who managed to win it all. But it seemed that carving out an exit on your terms did not quite qualify. So, for 3 years, all of our ant farm survivors have heard nothing. No repercussions, no rewards, only silence. And though the shadows of the ant farm may always linger for Chaser, Tenant, Drova, Jimbo, and Rose, life, as it does, continued on. Until now. Because 3 days ago, each of our survivors received an invitation, sealed in gold and addressed to each of them in flourishing crimson ink. Each of the gilded letters made one thing perfectly clear. It was well past time for their perseverance to be rewarded, and where better than a party in their honor? Whether out of curiosity, a desire for information, or just the hopes of making one hell of an impression, perhaps one so bad they would never be contacted by anyone ever again, we find our favorite party now, on the outskirts of space, just moments away from the Victor's Gala. We're going to start on a very specific ship, where some very specific wildlife wranglers are currently getting ready. Drova, will you tell us what you're wearing and what you're doing in the few minutes before you dock?
I would love to. Drova is probably wearing a pink jumpsuit similar to what Lil Nas X has worn on a red carpet before, and a pink cowgirl hat with a bunch of fringe and decor hanging off of it. Very Mardi Gras core, if you will. And I think she's like standing in front of a long mirror, kind of just like posing. Like, and she's just so excited to go to this event, even though the message wasn't like super inviting. Probably she was just like, they're gonna honor us. We're finally gonna get the respect we deserve for being in the farm, Jimbo. Like, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And on her shoulder is a little rat that's pink.
Tell us about the rat.
His name is
pink?
Bear. He's pink. He's
Fucking
hot pink, and he's also wearing a little cowboy hat.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
What else would he possibly be wearing for such an occasion? I'm so excited, thrilled, dare I say, about the news that this rat is pink. Yeah, so you're kind of getting ready, and leaning against the door frame of the room that you're in is your close good friend and fellow ant farm survivor, Jimbo. Jimbo, who's this kind of tall figure, is wearing a tux that is like way too fancy, like it's got tails and everything. He's got a bow tie, but it's a little bit crooked, and then he's just wearing like his normal extremely muddy cowboy boots and his normal cowboy hat. And he's got his arms crossed, and he's like, look, Drove, I know they're gonna like honor us and stuff, but I don't know, maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe we should just like go. I don't know, I heard there's this place called Titty Moon. I think I've always wanted to go, but I've never been. We can maybe go there
soon. I have it in the plans, but listen, it's not like they can throw us back into the farm, okay? Nothing bad.
I wasn't worried about that, but now that you've said it, I am worried about that.
No.
It's just we don't like know who these people are or what they want, or like we didn't even win the damn thing. We just kind of got yanked out by some weird rich boy. So like, I don't. Should we even be
looking fella?
Yeah, like the weird kind of greasy, nasty little fucked up guy.
That guy was real strange, really
So
into
weird.
Rose Crows, which is disturbing
Yeah,
because
which I'm like,
Ken
you know,
is
they're very
married
pretty,
to them.
like in a weird way,
In
like
a
radiated
weird-
bad energy. I don't know.
And smelled bad too. That's how.
Oh,
you
I
know
didn't
you
catch a
can't
whiff. What did he
trust
smell
him.
like? I didn't catch a whiff
Just
of him.
a bag of ass, really.
A bag
Like,
of ass?
Yeah, when you go
Oh
down
my
to the
God.
station with the fucked up little horses downstairs, you know how
Yeah,
it stinks
sure.
down there. That's what.
Yeah,
that's
like a
what-
bag of ass. That's what they stink
Yeah.
like.
What was their name? A moo? Emu?
That feels right. Emu. Yeah, I think something like that. But it
Emu.
had like the fancy accent on the E. You
yeah,
know,
it had a little
like the
dot
one
on
rich
it.
people have, where they just kind of like
hate
put a
that.
little. Yeah,
I
God, it's
hate
like
that.
really. No, but really though, should we be going to this?
We should be going because we're gonna go see
Okay.
our good friends. I'm sure Rose gonna be there. Ted's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Chaser. I ain't seen Chaser in a long time. It's gonna be great, and we're gonna drink on
Okay.
their dime, and they're gonna
Yeah,
honor
I
us.
would- Yeah, okay, and we're like sure they're not gonna honor us by like murdering us.
Why
right.
would they murder us? They had plenty of
I don't.
opportunity
I mean, we
to do
kind of
so.
just like we didn't really finish the thing. We were just kind of there, and then the weird emu kind of like
Listen,
fucking
Jimbo.
yoinked us and Timbo. Yeah, God,
and Timbo, rest in peace, Timbo.
Rest in peace every day, Timbo.
I think she takes out a flask and kind of pours out a
It was just
drink.
the
and
same thing, just on the like tile floor that
yeah,
you're
it's
standing
on
on.
the ground.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't think anything can go worse than it did when we went into that place. So, Bear's
Okay.
coming.
Yeah.
We're going. We look excellent. They're not going to kill us when we look this good. I'm telling you.
Yeah. No, you're right. Actually, plus we're so intimidating.
We're very
So
scary.
They could try. I hope they don't though. But they could.
No, they're not going to do anything. And if they do, I'll send you. You
Okay.
go get Dingo 1. We'll blow the place
Okay.
up and go on.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Easy
cool.
day.
Well, I'll go. Why don't I go get some of the dynamite that we have and like put it in an
Yeah.
accessible place, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than like having what you need, but it's all locked away and you can't get to it. So I'll go
Right.
do that while you finish. You look excellent, by the way. I swear,
Thank
you look really great. Yeah,
You
you're
look great.
welcome.
You need to
Do I?
fix this a little. It's a little
Oh.
bit crooked.
Yeah, he fixes it and he makes it crooked the other way. How's
And
that? Does that look good?
looks excellent. It's perfect.
Does it? Okay, great.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about the like tails thing, but I kind of think it suits
You
me. You know,
are a
I feel
little
like I should
fancy.
be walking like
Yeah.
this.
I
What do you
think you should
think?
walk in like that.
Should I walk? Yeah. Okay.
I walk like that too. Oh, that's
Okay,
good.
cool. Wait, let's practice real quick. Nice. Okay, yeah, I'm actually feeling a lot more thank you for this pep talk. I'm feeling a lot more
You got
confident.
it. You got
Um,
it.
I'm gonna go get the dynamite.
Get the
you
dynamite.
need anything? How are you feeling? You okay?
I feel great. I painted my gun pink. So
Oh shit! I didn't know you
match.
could paint those things.
she pulls out her giant gun and it's like just hot pink and sparkly. Yeah. So, you know.
It looks great. Yeah.
Thank
I don't
you.
know much about like guns or nothing, but I can't see any reason why painting it in like the, individual little parts and cogs and stuff would pose any kind of
I
problem.
don't think it would do anything
So,
to
I mean,
it.
it's not like paint is like flammable or anything, so that's probably fine.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Cool.
perfect. It's like an accessory, really. Anyways.
Yeah. I'll go get the dynamite. You continue looking great and being a wonderful friend that I treasure.
I treasure you too, Jimbo. I can't wait to go party
shucks.
with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get fucking drunk.
Me as well.
And Jimbo walks out of the room. Is there anything else you're doing to get ready? You just kind of hanging out with Bear?
She's hanging out with Bear, practicing how she's gonna pose when she sees everybody.
Sure.
And what she's gonna
Incredible.
say. Yeah.
Absolutely obsessed with her, Your Honor. It's only a few more minutes. You can kind of see through this like big window that the ship you're in has in the distance. As you kind of come out of the silver pool that you've been traveling in, you're like in the deep recesses of space. Not like the dead zone area, but more like between, like there's the big clump of the expanse and then there's like a lot of space. Kind of in the like system of bounties area. Bounties? System, yeah, that's what it's called. It didn't sound right in my head. So you're kind of in this like wide, vast, open space, except for one ship that you are approaching. It is this giant ship, like perfect blend of like sci-fi spaceship and like pirate galleon. It has like these big sheets of metal that kind of overlay on each other, almost like scales. And then two gleaming golden solar shields, like solar sails out on each side and a couple over the top. It's honestly shining like it's its own little star. It's really impressive. You can tell that it's huge. Like whoever is running this has connections. This is a giant ship. And as you begin to approach it and make ready to dock, we are going to pull back from there to another ship that is approaching, in a room in particular where Rose and Tennant are getting ready. Tennant, what are you wearing? How you feeling? Tell me all about this little guy.
Let me tell you about Tennant Crowcolt.
I would love to.
They fucking hate a party.
Sure.
They look like someone is literally holding them at gunpoint as they get ready. It's a very stormy expression. What they are wearing, their hair is kind of like had a bit of a haircut since the ant farm, so it's kind of like loose and kind of in their face and curls kind of at the nape of their neck. He's wearing this very large kind of shoulder padded jacket with this like large lapel that has like crow wings like spreading out from it. A very low cut unbuttoned shirt and a long kind of black skirt that kind of like tumbles to the floor. And beneath kind of all of this loose clothing is just a myriad of like holsters and straps hidden beneath their clothing, which just holds so many fucking guns. And that's kind of what they're playing with as they kind of like stand in front of a mirror, just trying to kind of like arrange their clothes to disguise the weapons underneath and making sure that they're within easy access.
Sure. Yeah. As you're kind of getting ready in this little room that you've been staying on. Wow, tempo just got so loud. In this little room that you've been staying in for it's like a couple week journey. You can hear Rose in like the bathroom kind of getting ready. And from inside you hear her say, "Darling, do you see my other earring in there? I think I left it somewhere."
Which one?
The pearls. The drop.
Right.
The little dangly ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so specific. Looking around like the room and kind of looks at like a dressing table like, yeah, pearl. How many pearl earrings do you have again?
Oh, well, a couple, but this one is distinct. You know, it's got like the silver bit on the top and it hangs a little low. And as you're kind of looking down at the slight mess that she has made, kind of bringing all of their stuff here, you do see one kind of set out in the center.
Oh, yeah, there. Okay. Like picks it up and then leans into the bathroom. What about the earrings I made you?
Rose kind of like turns, you see she's like fiddling with one. Rose is wearing this like floor-length black gown with a really high slit on the right side. The fabric is like super light and flowy and kind of catches in a faint breeze. It like twists up one shoulder a little bit and one is exposed. It's the side that has the tattoos that you gave her all the way up the shoulder. And the other one going from the shoulder all the way down is covered in these like thin silver chains and metal. It almost looks like sci-fi armor kind of all the way down. and they have these two kind of short, like silky evening gloves. And she's also currently also trying to put on heels where the heel itself is a silver dagger. Her hair is up in these like makeshift horns with little silver chains between them. And she turns and goes, "Oh, thank you. Sorry, which ones that you made? You make me a lot, and I love each of them dearly. You look handsome, by the way."
He's just
'Cause I can change.
like eyes are roving over you, just like completely distracted, doesn't care about the earrings anymore. He's just like holding it in his hands as he just like stares at you.
So can I have
what? Sorry. That earring, yeah. I'll put it. Kind of like takes the opportunity to like sidle up to you and get closer and kind of like peel some hair back from your neck as he like puts it in for you. You look nice.
Thank you. Well, you know, it's not every day you get to go to a big, fancy dress-up event where you don't care about anyone there and you can just kind of get trashed. So, you know me, I love a formal affair.
Yeah. Don't step on my feet with those shoes when we're dancing, because
How? I would never. What? Why'd you say it like that?
Because you're just so good at dancing.
Have you know, as a royal, I was formally trained.
Yeah, I know.
You're on thin ice. So you're lucky you look very handsome right now. You'd be in big trouble.
How much trouble?
She kind of like squints at you and like lifts up their hands to kind of smooth them on your chest, and then very clearly kind of like feels one of the holsters and their brows kind of knit, and she goes, "Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you excited to see me?"
I think they like raise an eyebrow at you and they're like, just being careful.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, with my dancing, I guess you never can be too careful.
I would shoot you if you're bad.
I know, it was a joke. I was trying to deflect from, because...
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Haha, yeah.
Is this a bad idea? I know I'm the one who kind of made us all come, and I called Chaser and arranged the whole thing. We could turn around.
I mean, I'm not going to be naive enough to assume that they're genuinely wanting to celebrate our achievements as people.
Right, yeah.
So, you know, I'm just preparing for the eventuality that we might run into an old friend of yours. It gives a very tight smile and a bit of a squint.
Kind of like breaks eye contact with you and looks up at the ceiling. I don't know who you could possibly be. Drover. You mean Drover? Yeah. Well, maybe.
Do you think Drover's gonna be there? Drover was hardly in the amp.
I don't know. I was just the only. It was the only old friend I could think of that I'm not like related to.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And hey, worst case, we'll just stick your mums on them. It'll be fine.
Stick my mums on. Yeah.
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 They're
Sure.
terrifying. Just.
I didn't ask them to come by. I didn't.
Like, I did.
I'm just like clarifying. I didn't go like. I'm not scared. I didn't need my mums to come with me. I don't need a chaperone.
No. Yeah. I need your mums to come with me for confidence. Not that you also inspire a lot of confidence in me. It's just that they are. You're also scary. You're also. This is not going well.
No.
Can we just go back to the part where you were looking at me like I ascended from the stars?
Yeah, like grabs the front of your dress and pulls you in and just really fucking makes out with you.
Hell yeah. And we will pull back from there to what I can only imagine is a scene with the most heterosexual energy you've ever seen, where Reva, Rodella, and Chaser are all in the same room.
Oh my god.
What you're wearing and how that's going, folks.
I think Chaser is mid-fight story. There's a lot of like gesticulating. She is wearing this like royal blue suit that have like these vertical like bronze pinstripes and accents. The pinstripes are vertical, so she looks a little bit taller than she is. With like a blue waistcoat underneath, and she has her wedding ring and then a set of bronze rings on both hands as well, which is a little bit because she's not that much of a jewelry person.
the prize tool that will help us later. And her hair is just kind of like a wild mess, as it always is. And she's like, telling the story. So I had the motherfucker in a headlock, right? And you would think that he would then, give up on account of I was, cutting off the air supply to his brain. But I guess he didn't really need that. He wasn't much of a thinker anyway. So the fucker still trying to take a swing at me, and it's just like going on and fucking rambling and telling the story.
I think Rodella and probably Riva are both sitting kind of across. And Rodella's got one arm around Riva and has just been kind of like tracing a finger along Riva's shoulder and occasionally like running it up through her hair, and has a drink in the other hand and is just so entertained. Just
finally, someone who appreciates the fucking stories I have to tell.
I think Riva is in there as well and just like leans back into your arms and I think like cocktail in one hand and like a cigarette in the other hand. And then just like
the one on the long stick.
Of course, on the long stick.
Yeah.
On the cigarette holder. She's a classy lady. And I think like as half listening to like Tusa's story, on the other like out of the corner of her right eye, she looks over to you. It's just like following like Rodella's like jawline. And what can I only imagine is like an unbuttoned shirt and like an untied like tie. And it's just like
people. Yeah, so then he fucking passed out on me, which was ridiculous. I kind of felt bad about it. So, I cleared his tab, woke him up, said I'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, so now he's a regular.
I'd like more of these stories.
Yeah?
Please do tell. I am enraptured.
See, Tennant never wants to fucking hear it. He just rolls his eyes and is like, Chaser, that's not why I called you, Chaser. We have to talk about something fucking serious. So it's honestly, it's so nice to appreciate people who, fucking actually know a good fucking fight story when they hear one.
There's something quiet. But the description of suffocation.
Right? Yes, how about you guys? You getting good ass lately?
I don't know. Have we done much?
I think Rodella just kind of like, takes a sip and looks out the window and is like, well, might do that tonight.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You flirt. Riva looks at Rodella.
Rodella pinches her arm. Yeah, do you have any idea why they'd reach out after all this time?
Not a fucking clue. Oh, sorry, you were talking to your wife.
Talking to the room in general.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't have a fucking clue. These people were smart at all, then they would have never fucking tried to contact me ever again in their lives. But, they're mistakes, so I'm gonna drink all their booze.
Good plan.
I think it's a really lovely thing that they extended an invitation for the, how do you say, to pay off their tab.
I like your thinking. I was a little bit nervous coming into this, but, I had to remind myself that, before I was in there for their entertainment, but tonight they're in here for mine.
We need you around more often.
I like this one.
I'm just saying, I'm one planet over. Anytime you need. Do you have my number? Riva, do you have my number? Let me get you my number real quick.
Let me pour you a drink.
Thank you. God, I need one.
Rodella just looks between the two of them and is just grinning.
Like I said, a normal heterosexual time. And we will kind of move from there to a room that is fairly close and far too small. Hey, Nadette. Tell me a little bit about what you're wearing and where specifically we can find you at this exact moment on board the ship.
Nadette did not receive a formal invitation.
No.
And so Nadette did indeed stow away and is hiding in the bathtub, dressed very similar to her idol, Rose, in a long black dress with a slit on the right side that's a little flowy, a little lacy. It wasn't on purpose. It just happened to be that way, with tall lace-up, like, black leather boots with a bright red heel. Got, like, no jewelry on except a necklace with just a big red gem that's all, like, black metal up. Hair, immaculate. Makeup, immaculate. And is just sitting, lounging in this bathtub. We're in the middle of space. What are they gonna do? Send me home now? Just, like, with a little flask, just waiting for somebody to come and find her and to see whatever shit pops up.
Sure. Let me ask you something, Deb. This has been a journey that's taken a hot minute. You've been in the bathtub, like, the whole time? Have you been moving around on the ship? Like, tell me a little bit about these last couple days.
So the last couple of days, I think Nadette has been, like, doing the most excellent game of the floor is lava and couch surfing anyone has ever seen. Nadette has been putting the rogue training Tennant has given her to good use. They have been dodging and weaving. There's been a couple times where people are like, oh, did I see something out of the corner of my eye? And Nadette is, like, pressed up against the wall, like, but now they know today's the day. They, got their makeup done. They got their hair done. They, like, spread out all over the bathroom. They took up all the counter space, dresses on, and now they're just, like, I mean, what are they gonna do about it? So after days of hiding and, like, stealing snacks at, like, 3 a.m., they're ready to go.
Incredible. Yeah, make me a fun and sexy little perception check, if you don't mind.
Ooh, I'm using my die-hard dice.
Hell yeah.
For a total of 17.
Amazing. Yeah, with the 17, you're kind of laying in this bathtub. This bathroom is, like, closer towards the, like, outside wall of the ship. And so, you know, every now and then you've been able to hear, like, astral wails in the distance. And, like, whale's the animal, to be so clear, not screaming whales. And so now that you're getting a little closer, you're starting to hear, like, the thrum of some more, like, engines a little bit off in the distance. You kind of get the sense that maybe you're nearing your destination in the port, just based on, like, you've heard them for the last couple minutes, and now you can hear more and more and more. You also do catch the tail end of the conversation that our 3 gay people just had, specifically Chaser asking if your mom had her number. You kind of pick that up. Do you stay hidden? Are you going to wait for someone to find you, or are you going to make a grand entrance?
Nadette is gonna close the flask, kind of stow that away. Has, like, an little holster that is supposed to be used for weapons, but keeps her flask in there, like, on her inner thigh, kind of shoves that in there for later. Kind of goes, sticks a couple, like, lock picks, like, in her hair, hidden so no one can see it. And then is just gonna, like, throw the bathroom door open and walk to the room with her mothers and Chaser. Just go, right, so what's the plan?
Hey, kid. Have you been here the whole time?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. And I think me being hidden the whole time proves that I can handle whatever's going to happen at this party, so everything's fine. And is, like, gonna go over to the bar cart and, like, start mixing herself a little drink in the room.
Drink some water. I hope you've eaten something today, because sure as fuck none of us have noticed you in the kitchen. Before you say anything else, before anybody else speaks, I'm gonna go remove myself from this situation, and see how Rose and Tennant are, and just kind of look at Nadette and just go, good luck, and is gonna grab her drink and leave the room.
I think Rodella turns very slowly to look at Riva. Did you know?
I didn't. Did you?
Nope.
And I think very slowly, maybe in sync, we both turn towards Nadette.
Like, perches on, like, a little armchair in there, drink in hand, being like, I finished everything I needed to do at home, and you hadn't left yet. and Ruby was off in the woods with her birds smoking. So I said, let me just hop on board, and you all made it really easy, and you should really tighten up security at the docks, because I got in and out, like, so fast, and I've been on the ship the entire time. So you can't be mad at me. I'm good at what I do.
So you...
This entire time.
Yeah. Isn't that impressive?
Have you been eating?
Of course I've been eating. I just break into the kitchen when you all are asleep. I made, like, 3 pounds of pasta last night. I was causing such a ruckus in the kitchen, no one noticed.
Is that why I found the spaghetti noodle on the floor?
Shit! Yeah, probably.
Well, she's here now.
I'm here now.
Can I
And we
walk
said
in at
no
this
crime?
point?
Sorry?
Can Tennant walk in at this point? I think.
Yeah,
or-
you do
I
bump
think
into
Tennant is,
Chaser
like-
on your way.
Oh, okay. I don't want to interrupt the scene. But I think I kind of like walk past the door and kind of like pause in the doorway and like stick my head back through the doorway. And I'm like, oh, you found Nads then?
Did you know?
And you didn't tell us.
There was like 3 pounds of spaghetti in the kitchen last night and you didn't figure it out.
Oh my god, we're slipping.
Look, you said no crime till I was 18. I'm 18. And I'm good at what I do, so I'm coming to this party, and we're gonna have a great time. And I'm like your secret weapon, because who's gonna expect me to be there? No one, and then I'll pop out and fix everything that's ever gone wrong ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Has anyone
You.
seen Chaser?
Chaser, I think, probably like went down like the hallway in the opposite direction and is just like circling around and was like, where the fuck is this guy? It's not a big boat. And then circles back and is just like, everyone alive? Yeah?
At the moment,
Oh, cool. All right, well.
When we're back, we'll have a very stern conversation. For now,
Oh, I can't wait.
you're also going to spend the entire evening glued to our hip, so enjoy spending the party with your mothers.
I can't wait. I can't wait to show you everything I've learned from watching you two throughout the years.
Oh my god.
And then on thick there.
Say
You're
that
laying it
again.
on a little thick there.
What? Me? Never.
Uh-huh.
I think I look over at Redella. Does Redella, or not Redella, Reva. God damn it, too many R's! Look over at Reva. Does Reva look amused?
Reva's so fucking amused right now. Like,
Redella
just-
gives you a stern look.
a girl's gotta
Rolling.
learn.
Okay.
All right.
A few minutes later, you kind of hear the sound of heels in the hallway, and then Rose pops her head in and goes, "Hi, I think we're at the... Oh, hi, Nadette. You look great. I didn't know you were coming.
Beautiful. Oh my god.
Thank you. No, you like... We've kind of got like a matching thing going on here.
Yeah,
I
we
like
do.
it.
Oh,
Like partners in crime.
yeah, we are.
No crime.
No crime. Partners in legal activity. Anyway, I think we're at the dock. Also, I do see Drover's ship, so that answers that
Shit.
question, guess.
Great.
Hell yeah. Now it's really gonna be a party.
Oh my god.
Giant animal. At the party.
Fucking hope so.
I mean, it could be fun, you know, to just throw... What did she say? An owl bear with a gun? Is that what she said
Dude,
once? We could just kind of
come
throw
on,
that
like-
in there.
Yeah. Getting it on their boat. Do you know how big an owlbear shit is? You know how
I
fucking
don't.
fantastic it'll be?
I have no interest in finding out.
I have an
I
interest in
cannot
making
wait.
somebody else's problem.
I think Drove and I are gonna be best friends. I think it's happening.
That feels correct.
That I can believe.
Alright,
Okay.
we going?
1 sec. I'm gonna grab Chaser by the collar and just like drag her with me
Oh,
into a
what?
different room.
What did I do? What did I do?
Shut the door behind me.
Look, man,
What?
I didn't know she was here. All right, she just showed up a minute ago. If I had, I would have told you. Okay.
I'm not talking about Nadette. Also, stop flirting with my mum, man. It's fucking weird.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, I heard. Did you tell them the story about the regular that you nearly killed once?
There's like 3 of those. You got to be more specific.
You always tell fighting stories to people when you're trying to flirt with them because you think it makes you sound cool.
Tell fighting stories to literally everybody except for you because you don't fucking listen to them.
Yeah, because I'm no interest in them.
Yeah. So, you think I'm just flirting with everybody? I know how to flirt with one person. My wife. And that's it.
Did you ask for my mum's number? Yes or no?
How the fuck did you hear that? Are you
I
listening?
didn't hear it. I just know.
Did you bug the walls?
No. How would I bug the fucking walls?
I don't know.
I should bug the walls. Never fucking mind. Reaches into their coat and like lobs this like small like almost jewelry box, but it's a little bit larger, just at your chest.
Okay, what the fuck is this?
It's a present.
Now who's flirting with who?
I'm
I'll open it.
Disgusting. There's a set of it's like a long box, and there's a set of 8 rings in like 2 groups of 4. And they're like thick golden rings that spell out Crowcolt as they're like engraved on them.
Oh, this is nice. This is like something nice for Rose?
No, it's for you, you dickhead.
You put your family name on a gift for me?
It fit, alright?
Are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Well, I'll take them back then.
No, they're mine. We'll take her wedding ring and attach it to the little like necklace that she wears with a little round of cork on it, and we'll just kind of put all of them on and be like, this is like a bit much. It's like,
well, like
I don't
take
really know
your
if it's, like,
hands, but take your hands in the most ungentle or tender way possible.
God.
Like you know when you grab a toddler's hand and you have to clean them after they've eaten?
Yeah. Dude,
like
you're
that.
fucking...
Like grabs your hands
You
and
need
like
some moisturizer. You have fucking eczema or some shit? Jesus.
shut the fuck up. And it's gonna like curl your hands into 2 fists and like knock your fists together. And there's this like electronic little like like electronic balls that make that like sound. They do that, and the rings magnetize and turn into knuckle dusters.
I take it back. This is actually very cool.
I know.
Thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
actually fucking sick as hell.
Yeah.
Oh
alright,
my
fine,
God.
it's fine.
These are really fucking cool.
Shut up! Leave the room.
God. It's gonna be a long fucking night, and just knocks back the rest of her drink.
I think
Amazing.
Riva also wants to like pull aside like Rodella a little bit and pull it a little closer as I think we're walking through. Okay, sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
We'll keep an eye on Nadette. It'll be fine. It's just a party. We won't get into too much trouble. Plus, we get to enjoy all of Tennant's cute, adorable little friends. He's so happy to have them here.
I think Rodella throws a glance over her shoulder at Tennant, who's like storming after them, just looking so grumpy and like, mm-hmm. Wow. Good opportunity to network or seek vengeance. But
Come on, put a smile on your face. We had so much fun last night. We completely missed that giant pile of spaghetti.
oh, God. Oh, I hope Nadette didn't hear that.
I think Riva gently pats like the small of your back. You should be proud of yourself.
Oh, I am. All right, let's go.
As the ship begins to dock and all of you kind of make your way up to the place on the ship where you can easily exit, you can see surrounding this giant ship, which I know described for Drova, but you can all very clearly see now as well. You can see there's probably like 50 to 60 other ships docked in this area. Almost all of them are like almost obscenely grand and decadent, like the equivalent of like yachts for interstellar space travel. You can kind of see like people in their absolute finest, huge masks with feathers, hair that is way too tall, giant gowns are kind of bustling off. Very clearly, the finest, or at least all of these people think they're the finest of wherever they're from, have come to this party as well. As you guys kind of step off, extending from the ship, there are these kind of like shimmering bluish green arcane walkways that seem to be like cast not by a person but just automatically into your ship. So as you walk, you can see down like the starlight all around you. You feel perfectly safe, but you are also just like fully in space for a few minutes. And as all of you kind of make your way down this walkway, you can see Drova and Jimbo also stepping off, approaching the same little set of stairs upwards that you are.
Drova's dancing and sipping on her flask, I think, and when she notices them, she goes, "Well, I'll be damned if it isn't the crows and Chaser." And she's gonna run over and jump to give them all a hug.
Oh my god, Drova, what the fuck is up?
What?
I knew you'd be here!
I knew you'd be here too. That's why I came. I told Jimbo. I said Chaser's gonna be here and Tens and Rose Crows. I gotta go. We're not turning around.
It's true. She did say that.
Behind Rose.
Rose just kind of like looking behind her shoulder. No, sorry. Go ahead.
No, there's just like so many people here, and he's just like standing behind you, like looking at the ground.
I think
kind of like holding your hand behind their back. Rose looks at you, Drova, and kind of holds the other arm out for a hug and goes, "Hello, oh, you look wonderful. It's so good to see you.
You guys look great too. I feel like I'm a little too bright with the hot pink, but
nonsense, no such thing.
I also wanted to show
like fringing on your hat.
Yeah, I added
meant
that.
to look like that.
Yes, Tens, it's meant to look like that. Dadgum.
Elbowing in the side a little bit. Fucking come on.
Why? Listen, I painted my gun pink. I thought you might appreciate it. She pulls out giant gun. You see?
I think we'll like hold out a hand, like as if like, seeking permission to hold it.
Yes.
We'll like hold it like that, like it's like a bag of dog shit, and we'll just be like, you painted it with the what?
Paint. We have a lot of paint on the ship for when we do decorations and have the party rig painted when it's not broken, and so I use that. It looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's functionally useless. It won't work.
Well,
anymore.
we don't know that. I'm hoping we don't have to use it.
No, it's my job. I know that it will not work anymore.
It's her gun, Tenant.
It's my
You don't think
gun.
that she knows if her gun works?
Yeah.
There's no point having a gun that doesn't work, Drover. Do you want me to fix it or not?
Yeah, I want you to fix it, Tens.
Fine.
Thank you.
Secretly so fucking pleased they have something to do that isn't like socializing. Sure. So we'll just kind of like sit there and like bring out like it has a fucking like weird tool in their pocket that they shouldn't have, but then we'll start tinkering with this
weird
gun.
Little tenant tool.
Yeah.
See, I actually brought that to give him something to do.
Oh my god, you fucking gummed
They're
it
always
up.
real tense. I feel like at events.
Yeah, coloring books don't cut it anymore,
Yeah, so I had to fuck up the gun a little bit for him, but
Yeah, Rose, did you check with the wait staff to make sure that they'd have like the dinosaur chicken nuggets for him? Yeah,
I can still fucking hear. I'm not blind.
I think legally I'm not allowed to.
I want you to say again what you just
conflict of interest.
Say it again, Tenant.
No, because that was all me. Yep.
Anyways, is everyone excited to be honored at this event? You brought the whole family, I see.
Yeah, this is, sorry. These are my moms.
Hi,
and my
moms.
sister.
Hi, Tannen's moms.
You're very gorgeous and beautiful.
Yeah, everything she said. Yeah.
Oh, you two are so kind and so lovely. Absolutely charmed to make your acquaintance.
Oh, so nice. She holds out a hand to shake and shakes way too long.
Where you shake too long, I think Jimbo shakes too enthusiastically. You know, it's like a cartoon kind of thing going on.
Charmed. I think Riva looks over to Rodella. Friends, so charming.
So charming. Are we heading in?
Yeah, we're headed in. They're gonna tell us that we won and we get to stand on a podium, I think, and get an award.
Was that in the invitation?
No,
They
that's
say
just
that
how
not
I would
playing.
do it if I was
Oh,
running
okay.
an event where I tried to kill
Okay.
everybody there. Yeah.
That
So-
makes sense. Yeah. Probably. Well, this is going to be fun. How long do we think that we're going to stay? Because I have a couple of things that I'd like to do, but I want to do it towards the tail end of the night so then we can kind of make a quick getaway if that's good for everybody.
Getaway.
Wait, what are you doing?
I don't know. You're going to have to find out.
Wait, can I help?
I like this one.
Radella's giving you like dagger eyes over Nadette's shoulder.
It's just like, yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Fine.
Okay, well,
And
I'd
like
just like
to-
to get drunk. That's my one request for the evening.
We can get
Oh.
drunk.
We can make that happen. Yeah. That'll be a
Excellent.
reality.
Wonderful.
I think Droga pulls Chaser over to the side a bit and kind of motions at Nadette to come over. And it's like, Jimbo brought dynamite as well, in case you need that.
I mean,
to the plan. Just in
what's-
case.
That's so much better than what I had. Because what's an ant farm event without an explosion at the end?
Right,
You
that's what
know?
I'm saying, like, blow some shit up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these
Oh my
motherfuckers
God.
wanted us to do it all again. Then fuck it, we'll do it all again, including fiery, just
Right.
explosions. Yeah,
We'll just
it'll be
wait
great.
till they give us our participation paper.
Yeah,
Because I want to frame that. So,
cool. I told Cassandra I'd steal the centerpiece, so wherever
Amazing.
we're seated. So you know,
This is
we
gonna be
gotta
just
figure
like
out,
my
you guys.
16th birthday's after party. I'm so excited.
your
What-
16th,
How old are
you're-
you now?
You stole the centerpiece at your own 16th birthday.
your 16th birthday had an after party.
Yeah,
Is this a baby? How old are you?
It's like 12.
18!
Yeah.
Oh shit,
I'm
Grew
an
up
adult.
fast. You were definitely 12 at the wedding, dude. I don't know.
No!
For sure. I don't know.
That's mad!
I was drunk. I wasn't that drunk. You were definitely like
No.
the gestures
no,
like
no.
significantly shorter than her.
Mm.
You were just a little guy then. I don't know.
Listen,
Tennant's standing over to the side, like, with his mums, and is doing the thing that they typically do with anyone who is in the vicinity when they're tinkering, is just handing Rodella tools and, like...
Radella's taking them without even like looking, just like as soon as Tennant stood next to her, just like started holding out a hand, and it's just been like switching expertly between them.
You guys aren't drinking, right?
Speak for yourself.
I'm just
Reva
saying.
pulls out a flask out of her like coat pocket. You were saying?
Okay, well, I know
Oh, we're not drinking anything they're providing.
you can kill people when drunk. I don't trust you. You get all funny when you're drunk.
I'm having a spritzer.
Don't
Well,
talk to your
that's
mother
crazy.
like that.
Yeah.
Radella's a divine.
The last time you got drunk, you broke a chair that I just built, and you started reciting poetry to that one.
The chair was in the way, and your mother loves poetry.
Okay,
The poetry was lovely, sweetie. A beautiful verse.
I will be the only sober one tonight. Great.
Do you need
Should we
a-
spend the night composing each other's sonnets?
Oh, okay, I'm going. I leave.
Excellent energy. Are you guys making your way up? Like, are we walking and talking? Or are we standing on the walkway? What's the energy?
I feel like we were standing and then Chaser did like the dad slap on the legs and was like, all right,
Sure.
let's rock and roll, guys, let's go.
Somewhere distantly, the Home Depot theme plays.
There needs to be a dad somewhere in this family.
God, truly sincere.
No.
Absolutely.
Not yet.
So Chaser, you are leading the way. You are at the front. You kind of reach the end of this walkway. You were already like mostly there because you had to meet with Drova. But there's like this surprisingly solid, considering this is technically like a haphazard dock that was made, but still like a beautiful set of like marble, like white marble stairs heading up into the ship. There's like flowers kind of looped around the banister. Everybody who actually let's make a fun little check about it. Yeah. Everyone else who was arriving, like the timing of it was most of them were already heading in or are getting off now, so you kind of have like a nice little gap where it's just you. Are you leading right up to the door?
Yeah, sure. Just gonna like look back at
Oh,
the
yeah?
group and be like, all right, be careful, you guys. There's heights involved, and is gonna start heading up the stairs.
I'm gonna fucking kill her.
Gotta catch me first.
Can I make a perception check as we're walking around, just to kind of keep a general eye out?
I'm gonna do the same.
Can I do a
Absolutely.
help for Radella.
Yes, absolutely you can.
It's pretty good though.
Well, they're all doing smart people things. Nadette is gonna go over to Drova and be like, by the way, I'm kind of your biggest fan.
I'm the biggest fan. No fucking way. You know who I am?
Yeah!
Oh. Nadette, listen to me.
Yeah.
I think you should come to the ship sometime. We got a big dog. His name's Dingo One. I think you'd love him. Walruses recently, they're a little weird. And they can talk. It's very disturbing, but
What?
yeah, you should come to the tuba ship sometime and I'll give you a whole tour.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
telling
perfect.
you. Yeah, and the dynamite thing tonight. We'll talk about that when we
Yeah,
get.
you just let me know what you need and I'm there. Okay.
This is amazing. You're my favorite crows. Already.
Thank you.
Amazing. What did we get on those checks?
16.
32.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. Okay.
And it's on
are you
high
guys-
alert.
Jesus. Are you guys looking for anything specifically? Are you kind of just looking around in general?
General threats and people we know.
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
looking specifically for people.
Sure.
Anyone giving us savory looks or looking shifty or yeah.
Sure, absolutely. So with the 16, I think, granted, the area you're in right now, like, you can't see into the ship yet. You can kind of only see the ships around you and the docks and the stairway that's leading up. You don't see anything, like, yet. You don't see the people that are kind of coming in the distance that are probably will be like a 5-minute walk before they get to the place where you are now. You don't see any weapons on them. They really kind of generally just look like extremely rich people all dolled up. Like, you see no sign of weapons under coats. You see no signs of like arcane focuses or spell books. Just a lot of like very extravagantly dressed rich people. Tenant, as you're kind of looking over these same people, one, I will say both of you don't see anybody that you know. You do see though that they're not giving you unsavory looks, but the ones that are a little bit closer are giving you looks of like veneration almost. Like, almost as if you are a celebrity and they've spotted you in public. Like, you can see there's a little bit of like an older couple, look to be human couple, look to be in their like early 60s maybe, who are just kind of have this like matching steampunk kind of outfits. And you see she's like leaning over to whisper to who you assume is her husband, and they're like staring at you guys, and she's smiling a little bit like excitedly. Nobody looks like upset that you're here. A couple people who are also coming in, just they haven't noticed you yet, or they don't seem to care. But yeah, nothing super.
Check.
Sure, please do. I would say make it with advantage because they know who you are and they've seen you commit violent
I got a
acts
19
before.
on the first roll. I got 2 19s. Holy shit. So that is 31.
31. Okay. With an 8 and a nat 20. You see the man in the couple kind of like locks eyes with you and goes like 2 shades paler, and kind of like you see the hand on his wife's arm kind of gets a little tighter. You see the woman that he's with has been looking at you, and there's like a moment where the smile dims, and then it gets even brighter and even bigger. It's a little, I won't lie to you, the look she's giving you is also a little condescending. It's a little bit like, you know, you're walking through the dog shelter and you found the one that's like a little fucked up and you're obsessed with it, and like you're not going to bring it home, but like, isn't it kind of fun and weird to look at? That kind of like yucky energy. But yeah, she does not back down.
I just thread my like fingers with Rose and just like kind of squeeze them, but you can like kind of feel Tennant's hand, just a slight tremor of rage kind of like run through their body.
Yeah, she squeezes your hand back a little bit, and like her other arm kind of comes up to hold your arm. Her like other hand holds the little. What am I saying? She holds your arm as well. She's holding on to you with both hands. Amazing. Would anyone like to do anything else before we reach the front doors?
I think Drove is gonna be like, Tens, did you fix my gun or not? I know it's nice and pink and sparkly and you want to hold on to it, but
Yeah, Tenant, I'm sure you could paint one of your own guns pink
yeah,
if you really
you
want
can.
one
I
that
can
bad.
get you some pink paint.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yes, he did. I got a 26.
It makes me so happy looking over and seeing weird little Tenant check
Oh
on
my
your
character
character
sheet.
sheet.
So much
So
joy.
good.
So pleased.
Yeah, he just pulls it out and is just like, don't paint guns. You can't. You need to use special like. If you want it pink, I can iodinize it for you, but don't use paint on the metal. You'll just jam it up.
Well, next time I decide to paint the gun, I'll just bring it to you. How about that? I'll come drop by your house. It'll be a
Just
plan.
Post it. It's fine.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's my question to you, Drova. Are you hiding this gun as you walk up? Are you stashing it somewhere? Are you just
God.
walking up to a
Well,
fancy
they
party
expect
with a
the
whole
Amphron
gun?
people to come up with no guns.
Right.
I'm just curious.
Please.
Like, what's the energy here?
I think she's walking up, literally holding this gun. Not threateningly, but definitely has it out.
Cool. We'll get to that in a second. So as you guys kind of continue up these stairs, you finally reach the top and you're able to see like the entryway to this ship actually come into view. As you're up close with the ship now as well, you can see these like metal sheets that are laid one over the other, almost seem to give off this like faint shine, kind of the way that like little bits of starlight that you've seen, or even like crystal when they catch in the light give off. And it's very clearly every inch of this ship has been shined for this occasion. And as you reach the top, you can kind of see there really is a red carpet that has been rolled from the top of the stairs into the room where you can see. And stationed at the door, there is like a 4-foot figure, pure spectral magic, mostly featureless. You can make out like lines that are clearly supposed to indicate like a tux, but again, it's all magic. As this little kind of floating guy is holding a checklist. And is just kind of, someone has just walked in and you see him like nod, and he turns back to you and he goes, good evening. Hello. How can I help you?
We're from the farm. We played in the farm game.
Yes. Invitations, please.
Are you shitting my dick right now, dude? Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm afraid I don't understand the question.
Chaser, like, the whole time that she's walked up looking at all these rich people staring at them like zoo animals, like,
Sure.
Was nervous for a minute, but the longer she was here, just has this fucking hungry grin on her face, and is just like, are you sure you need our invitations? I'm sure our
Yes.
names are on the list.
Kind of like looks down at the list and looks back up at you. I do not know your name, which is why I need your invitation.
Oh, sure, Naomi Brewer. Check your little list. Go ahead.
Can I have your invitation to verify your identity, please?
Oh, is this fucking automated or some shit?
You
a
can very
weird
clearly tell this is like pure arcane magic. Like you don't even get the sense someone is remote controlling this guy. Like purely just, it's like a slightly fancier unseen servant kind of type.
Should have fucking saved it for someone who actually deserved it, and I'll pull my invitation out and just kind of toss it at this thing.
Absolutely.
Did you just try to say, do you know who I am to a magic guy? Maybe?
Yeah, I did. I thought it'd be funny, but it's a fucking magic guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thought he was just dressed up weird.
You kind of fling this invitation in this thing's direction, and this thing shouldn't have reflexes, right? Like it's just a magic, but it's almost like its arms remain holding the clipboard, and then just like a little an outward lash of arcane energy grabs the invitation and brings it forward, and you see him kind of look down at it, and where there should be eyes, it glows a little bit, and the invitation glows and then turns to ash and vanishes. And he goes, yes, Naomi Brewer, welcome to the Victor's Gala. You may enter.
Cool. Thanks. We good, Casper?
I do not have a name, as I am an automated servant. However,
I'm gonna call
if
you
it makes you
Casper.
feel comfortable,
All right, have a good one.
that is perfectly fine. Enjoy the Victor's Gala. And looks
Yeah,
back at the rest of you.
Fucking enjoy it, all right?
Also, just as a note, Reva and Rodella, you do not have invitations. Just so you know. And also Nadat, of course, because you're still.
Tenant hands an invitation that has been clearly ripped in half and then taped together again.
Sure. Yeah, Rose will also kind of pull hers out and hand. The same thing happens. The lights glow. It turns to ash. And this, we'll call him Casper, turns to the both of you and says, excellent. Welcome, Roisin and Tenant Crowcolt, to the Victor's Gala. You may enter.
Kind of look at my mums and go, I've got this. Barch up. We're
Hello.
all their +1s. The 3 that went in with their +1s. So you should let us.
I'm afraid the invitations did not specify a +1 allowance. Invitation, please.
Okay, wait, no. Because unless it says no +1s allowed, +1s are allowed. Obviously.
You see, Casper kind of looks back down on the clipboard, and like a minor illusion of the invitation in a perfect replica appears on the clipboard. And he turns around and holds it up to you and says, "You see, it says no +1s allowed."
Okay, but what about +3s? There's
I
three of
don't
us.
understand the question.
Why it didn't? Okay, it said no +1s, but there's 3 of us. So they didn't specify no +1s. That doesn't mean, like, by extension, there can't be any, like, you can't bring 2 guests or 3 guests. Like, really, the invitation is flawed.
That's
So,
a good point.
you should let us
That is
in.
a good point.
Let
You
them
should let
cook.
them in.
I'm sorry you're dissatisfied with your service. Invitation, please.
What happens if they just walk on by you? Are you gonna do something weird?
I would have to speak with my manager. I have been programmed to only allow invited guests inside.
Go.
Would you like to speak with a supervisor?
I
Chaser,
would like to
invite me
speak
really
with
quick.
one.
Huh? Yeah, I'm already inside, and I would like to bring the little baby bird in. So, yeah, Nadette, Crowcolt, bring her.
That's an invite. I'm going in.
He's invited.
It like, do you walk past this thing?
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like he like turns to follow you, and he's watching and he goes, "Excuse, invitation, please, I have to speak, please wait here for my supervisor." And you see he like, it turns into this little bead of light and darts off somewhere else. And now the door is unmanned.
See, I
That's
did
good,
it!
'cause I
Give
wanted to
Nadette a
keep
little
my invitation
bump.
as a keepsake, so I didn't really even want to turn it in to begin with, so. Excellent.
Give Nadette a little fist bump. That was good. That was good. Good thinking.
Thank you. You really just gotta argue. That's like most of crime, is just really good arguing.
Yeah.
I'll write that down. That's
I'm
good to know.
second that,
I didn't know
yeah.
that's like what
Jimbo,
that
you
was.
already do that, but yeah.
Oh my
you
god,
can
am I a
still write
criminal?
that.
Hey, Drover, real quick. If I'm really good at arguing, am I gonna get arrested?
It's okay.
No,
It's like
You can't
98%
be
of my
arrested.
business
I'd
model
break you
on-
out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Yeah,
Great.
Don't even worry about it.
Like, should we like go in before that weird fucking ghost dude
That was
gets
a
back?
weird fucking feller.
Yeah.
Not very bright.
I mean, he gave
No.
off a lot of light. I think it was like the magic in him, you know.
No, I mean in the head, Jimbo. He's about
Oh.
as useless as a screen door on a submarine. That's what I meant.
I
He
was
not
thinking the
doing
same
his
thing.
job.
Yeah.
Right.
And you guys can step into this entry room. It's fairly reminiscent of like an estate entryway. So it's kind of a small room. You see, there are a couple of other little servants who seem to not quite have as much capability to speak, and are just barely humanoid. Are kind of like have coats that someone very clearly just handed them, and are going off to some coat closet out of sight. You can also see. There's 2 big, like, beautifully carved dark wood double doors just in front of you, like 15 feet, that are closed currently. You kind of caught a little bit of movement as you walked up. You got the sense that the last guests in front of you have just entered a few minutes ago. And you can see there's these, like, huge, like, dripping flower arrangements on either side of it. And Rose actually kind of leans over to Rodella and goes, "Are those poisonous? Is that just me?"
Seems fitting.
Mm.
I think Rodella reaches over for Reva's hand and just says single file and steps ahead,
Mhm.
making sure to step in front of Tennant as they walk in.
I'm looking for every exit and entry point in this room.
Sure.
I am sleuthing this place.
As they walk,
Absolutely.
Chaser will kind of hold out both arms, one for Nadette and one for Drova, and be like, "Ladies, shall we?"
Let's fucking go and get our award. Let's get fucked.
Let's get fucked up.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, we should play a game.
Yeah. You know any good
Whoever
ones?
gets more numbers at the end of the night wins.
Numbers.
Like counting? Oh, you mean
Oh,
like
legit.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, I got a head
Those
start. I
ones-
already got one.
Who'd you get? Who's
Don't
number
worry
did you
about
get?
it.
I'm worried about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm
No, don't
worried
worry.
about it.
Don't worry
I'm
about it.
watching you, Chaser.
Hey, listen. I love my wife so incredibly much.
So much you'd
more
bring
than
another wife home for her. Yeah.
so much that we regularly talk about how fucking hot other people are. And you know, it's
That's fair.
fantastic. So
That's fair.
yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
We're playing a game.
yeah!
we're
You
playing a
can't play
game.
this one. No.
No, it's okay. She already got one too.
What do you mean? Oh, is that the? That's not fair. I didn't know that the moms were on limits. That's fine with me.
Everybody's
moms
in
are not
bounds.
on limits.
Everybody's in the boundary,
Everybody's
baby.
in the.
Tenant's
Oh,
head
no
like
one
does a
can say
360 turn, like moms are off limits, off fucking limits.
That's not fair because Chase already got a head start.
Chase is a fucked up little lesbian, alright? We don't
She just pulls her flask out of her pocket and is like, yeah, can't even argue that one.
Can't believe you got my mom's number.
Just for business.
She doesn't give that out to just anyone.
For
That's
business,
impressive.
man.
Can we do doubles, or is it like you can't get a number that someone else already got?
Oh, that's a good question.
Would you like to try, sweetie?
Reva, listen. I think, if we exchange digits, I could show you a real good time around the ship. And Rodella, too. I'll take both of them, and you guys can come up there. We got a lot of neat animals I'm sure you guys could appreciate.
Well, I'm gonna lead into Tenant and be like, yeah, she could take both of them,
Give me the reins back.
Let's see what you have to. Let's see what you have to offer tonight. I'd love to try before I buy.
Oh, it's fine. I got so much to offer. Don't you even worry about it, all right? All right.
Rodella just exchanges a look with Tennant.
I'm speed walking ahead of you with Rose, like arm in arm. I'm walking
Rose
away
like
from this
this
group.
in front of them. She's so tiny, but she's... Yeah, all right.
Amazing. So what's the marching order here?
A Tenant and Rose at the front, away from everyone else, and then whoever the fuck is fucking around behind us.
Pacer and Nadette and Drova
Mhm.
all together.
Yeah.
Cool. And Reva and Rodella at the back?
Yes.
Cool. Tenant and Rose, who's myself, but it felt weird not to say it. You can easily approach this door. Are you just opening it, stepping through? Are you peeking through? How badly do you want to get away from this conversation? Is I guess technically what I'm
really
asking.
badly want to get away from it. If people are filing through the door ahead of me, like I think Tenant will be like trying to look through the door as people file through.
The last person in front of you was when you guys walked up to speak to Casper. Nobody has passed by since. That weird couple is beginning to catch up to you, but you've like got a second before that happens.
Let me roll for it.
Okay.
No, I'm just fucking trying to run away from my family.
Sure. Yeah, you pull open these doors and step through. And instantly you can see what I can imagine is maybe a little bit Tenant's worst nightmare. You are at the top part of a beautiful staircase that winds down into this huge room that is full of probably 75 to 100 people. Lights have been fixed specifically to point at this little landing that you were on. And as the door opens, almost every single person in the room turns to look, recognizes who you are, and begins to clap and cheer. As you and Rose are
backing
just
away. I'm trying to go back through the door.
You bump into Chaser, Drova, Nadette, and also Jimbo, who was trying to walk through the door with you, but the door wasn't wide enough, and so he's kind of awkwardly fallen into step next to Reva and Rodella, so he's just standing really straight.
Oh, I think we should leave. This is really fucking weird. I think we should
They
just go.
love you.
my
They're
God.
clapping for you.
Oh wow,
This
is
is
a lot of people.
fucking funny.
It's
Take a
great.
bow.
You're
Take a bow.
Not gonna bow. Not
They're
gonna
gonna
bow.
give you your little
good.
award.
Do
We
a
all
little
have to get our
wave.
awards. Yeah. I think Drova's gonna start waving at everybody.
Sure, make me a charisma check. I'm gonna give you advantage because you have your gun out, and these people do love to watch you fight, huh?
Charisma check.
I think Rodella's gonna lean forward and just say under her breath, "We're Crowcolts. We're gonna behave like Crowcolts."
The
fuck does that mean?
16?
Impression.
Yeah, you kind of start waving, and you see the people in the first couple rows start very enthusiastically waving back at you.
It means we're gonna settle their debts.
Tenant will tuck a take a minute, take a breath, and tuck a hand into his pocket, but kind of flip his coat out from over his arm so that one of his guns is very clearly on show, and just kind of start walking down the stairs with a glaring at anyone who will make eye contact, who will dare to make eye contact with this guy.
Sure, there are a lot of people who would love to make eye contact with you, is the thing. You kind of flash this gun, and I hate to tell you this, they're not deterred by it. Again, you are a guy that they love to watch kill people. That's like so exciting to them that you could do it like 10 feet from them.
Just bristling.
Sure.
So angry.
You can feel Rose is like all of their, like she is standing ramrod straight and their muscle, like all of her concentration is very clearly going into putting on this like courtly mask of indifference, but they are gripping her hand as you walk down. And as all of you kind of make your way down, you see the people who are in the room, like the applause dies down and it gets like, you hear whispers and like some sounds of talking, but it's very clearly like the people who are like obsessed with you guys don't really know what to do or how to approach or if it's appropriate to approach. So they're kind of just standing like 20 feet back from you wherever you're walking and staring, but pretending like they're not staring. And then the people in the back have kind of gone back to their business.
Is there a bar?
Make a perception check.
Cool.
Can I make?
Can I
one
have advantage on
too?
account of I'm looking for a bar?
Yeah, you're just shaking.
Oh hell yeah! That's a fucking nat 20 for a total of fucking 22. Yeah.
I am
so much
obsessed with Chaser.
Instincts, just fucking honing signal like a sonar.
I would run for her, Your Honor. Yeah, so you're kind of standing in this grand room. You kind of get the sense, all of you who are in this room, especially those of you who are used to finery, you kind of get the sense this is like a holding room before like the main event happens. And so there's a couple of similar rooms as well. There's like, you see a couple of those same little like Casper types walking around. A couple of them have little trays, a couple of them have little trays of food. But the people who seem to have like actually like custom made drinks are all seemingly coming from a little area to the right of where you are. That you, from what you can see, you kind of get the sense that maybe this is like an outdoor, like if a patio was on a ship, an outdoor patio, and then to the left, there's another little room as well. That is not outdoors, and people are not coming back with food, but there are people like enthusiastically kind of coming in and out of there as well.
Cool. Turn towards the, kind of look over with all the fancy drinks that are coming out from places, and turn to the others and be like, well, I'm not a Crowcolt. I'm gonna go get a fucking drink and see if some people will talk to me and just see where that goes.
I'm gonna go with you. I'm going too. I'm not
Hell
a
yeah.
Crowcolt.
I would also like a drink, so I think I'll go with you.
Can I go with
yeah.
them? I'm gonna turn to my mom's.
Please.
Stay within eyesight.
Yeah, it's fine. Great. I'm just gonna start like booking it after Chaser.
Sure. Cool. Tennant, are you coming along to get drunk as well?
I don't think so. I think like we'll kind of see Rose kind of pull off with the others and like reluctantly let go of their hand, but kind of stay back with their parents and just kind of like again scan every window and every door for a reasonable exit. Try and find a place that maybe is not as crowded with people as the main kind of room and like navigate over there.
Yeah, we'll carry your 32 over as you kind of look around. You get the sense of the room that you're in right now is fairly big. It's like 60 by 50. Not huge, but for a ship this size, not too bad. You're kind of facing like this big window. You don't see any doors in it. You can very clearly see like obviously exit route behind you from where you just came. The outdoor area that the other group is making their way towards, it is like fully outdoors. You get the sense that you could probably make some kind of escape through there if necessary. And then the room to the left, you don't get any sense that there's like, you see a door a little bit, but you don't know where it goes. You don't see anybody kind of coming in and out of it. It seems like the people who are going in there for other things. Remind me, was there anything else you were looking for other than escape routes? I forgot.
Just like a place that has a lower concentration of people.
Right. Yeah, I would say let's roll for it. How's the crowd feeling? That's a natural one. Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, I think actually, honestly, at this moment, the little room to your left is, when you came in, like a lot of people kind of streamed out from that room. You don't get the sense that a lot of people have streamed back into it yet.
Okay.
And as she steps away, Rose will kind of squeeze your hand and stand up on their toes and kind of give you a little kiss on the cheek. A couple people who are not that far off from you, you hear kind of like, "Aw," and then
I'm fucking glare at them.
Sure. Yeah, it's the weird couple. They've officially walked into the room. There's a couple other people around too, but it's mostly them. They're like a weird 20 feet away from you.
Yeah, I think after I let Rose go, I kind of like fall into step beside Reva and kind of like match her gaze and like look over at this like strange couple and be like, keep a fucking eye on those guys, they're being weird.
Don't worry, we'll get the names of every single person in this room tonight. And if they don't pay tonight, we have time. Now, do you happen to know these two?
No, I don't know.
Or should we pay them a little visit? And I look over to Rodella.
Rodella smiles and kind of mirroring the same energy that Rose had of that kind of like very practiced, kind of relaxed state. But her eyes are very cold.
Sure.
And Rodella glances over at the couple and just says, "Stay within eyesight," and slips over to go talk to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Standing by himself, like,
oh, babe.
Yeah, you gotta read it.
Can I ask a question? Really, this is
absolutely.
for my satisfaction.
Sure.
What is Rodella wearing as she like makes her way over? Just for me.
Caked up as Rodella. That's what we need to know.
Rodella has one of those like really long overcoats that kind of like hangs off of the shoulder. You know, you just kind of like put it on, and then kind of like flowy blouse that's like unbuttoned with a couple of chains, and then suspenders and some very, straight leg pants and gentlemanly shoes. And she's swiped her hair back.
Amazing.
Thank you for that treat.
Wait, did we hear what Reva was wearing? Return the favor.
Okay, I think leaning back and sort of like almost like a protective hovering around Tenet in this moment and keeping an eye on your graceful form. Reva is wearing a 3-piece suit with tails, and you see that she's got done up like a tie, and what she's got done is she's got like a gorgeous set of, I think, like wingtip like black leather boots that she has on, and as she walks, I think there is a very distinctive click of her boot, but a little bit fancy. I think her hair is swept back, and I almost want to give like a 1920s sort of almost like coif. That's her vibe this evening.
You're wondering why I'm hitting on her.
God, yeah, that's so valid.
I don't think anybody who's ever seen Reva Crowcolt had to wonder why you were hitting on her, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Look at her. Amazing. So, Rodella, you are walking up to this extremely weird, yucky couple. You said you've got like that kind of stony expression. Are you attempting to intimidate them as you walk up? Or are you just
No. Eyes are very cold, but only if you know what to look for. Face is very pleasant.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can approach this older couple. You see the woman has got this kind of like very, almost a mix of like classic steampunk and like Marie Antoinette kind of vibe going on. Like too big skirt that her husband can just barely kind of stand next to her with. Her hair is this like almost beehive, but it goes a little bit higher than it should. It's very clearly a wig. And it's like this sort of smoky black and gray. And as you look at it, and I won't even make you make a check about it because you would know this, you can recognize there's like little, almost seems to be like enchanted figurines, and some are just like little like minor illusion type enchantments of rooms from the ant farm and moments from the ant farm in her hair. And he's just in kind of just like a nice suit in a matching color. And you walk up. The man has not stopped like staring at Tenet looking down at the floor, staring at Tenet looking down at the floor because, your son intimidated this man so bad. But she kind of like looks away from the group that is heading into the little outdoor area and goes, "Hi.
Hello.
I see you've arrived with the stars of the hour."
Oh, absolutely. My son.
Oh, congratulations. Huge fan.
Thank you.
You must be very proud.
Oh, so incredibly proud.
He's not the most approachable. I see you've been eyeing
Oh, I don't
him.
know
Is
about
he your
that.
favorite?
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, I'm a big fan of the whole team, of course, but between you and me.
Wow. What? To who do I owe the pleasure of speaking to?
Oh, of course. You see, she kind of like extends this gloved hand out in a very clearly like not to shake, but to like kiss her knuckles kind of way. And she
Rodella
says,
does. Just like kind of bows very low and looks up as they
Sure.
kiss their hand.
Celica Fenric, this is my husband Reginald. And he kind of just like, you get the sense he doesn't talk very much, but he kind of just like nods at you.
Rodella reaches out a hand to shake his.
Very hesitantly shakes your hand.
Gives
It
him
is a soft
very
grip.
firm
Hands are a little
handshake.
sweaty. It's not a pleasant, like kind of clammy. It's not a pleasant handshake by any stretch.
In this
Rodella
moment,
wipes her hand on her trousers.
Yeah, you're valid.
in this moment, can I give like
Mhm.
Tennant a little squeeze on the shoulder? And I'm gonna approach Rodella and this couple.
Absolutely.
Sweetie, would you make these introductions? I would love to know who you've had the opportunity to meet.
Oh, of course. And I gesture to the couple and say the name again, which I can't remember what the name was.
You're so valid. Her name
write
is
this down.
Celica Fenric, and his name is Reginald Fenric.
Do we know this name?
You guys probably dug into a lot of Ant Farm stuff. Sure, make me a history check. I'm gonna say flat, because this is kind of a hard roll.
I think during this introduction, I walk up to them.
Mhm.
I'm Riva Crowcolt. It's a pleasure
Oh,
to meet
pleasure.
you. And I think Riva holds her hand out.
Celica's hand has already kind of returned to her husband's arm, and so instead of like moving it back, she kind of just like nods at you. It's not impolite, but it's a little bit like,
I got a 24.
24. Did you also roll, Riva?
Let me roll a history.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be a 23.
24 and 23, amazing. So, when Tennant was in the ant farm and you guys were kind of like digging and researching for any straw to grab at, you came across a list that updated very frequently of people who were placing bets on the team and who were like frequently very interested in the team that Tennant was on. And Celica Fenric specifically was a name that was like very high on the list of betting for the team from very early on. She didn't have like any involvement with the running of it, you don't think, but she was like threw a lot of money into the betting pool for that team.
They cashed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is lovely to meet you both, especially since you've been so supportive in backing our son.
Oh, of course. It's lovely to meet you as well. Me and dear Reggie here, we were just enraptured in the capital city of the Elyik Empire watching. I hardly slept the whole 3 weeks.
Neither did
Neither
we.
did our son.
I can imagine,
Please,
Very
God.
clearly, she does not process what you're referencing and is like, well, yeah, of course you would. You have to root for your son. Like, there is no, like, recognition there.
Now, do pray tell, could you tell us what line of business that you're in? Have all the time and all the world and all the expertise to put your backing, financial and otherwise.
Of course.
behind
Well,
Tennant.
I mean, you know how it is. A little here, a little there, a hand in every pie. But, now, since the ant farm, we've had to do a little bit less on account of, won a lot of money from your son. She kind of, like, laughs very unironically. Reginald has not stopped looking vaguely uncomfortable this whole time. And Celica says, there's a lot of good business up and coming in the Elyik Empire, and I like to be on the cutting edge of what's happening, so speak with the right people, fund the right projects, and the money just keeps coming in. And you, of course. What have you been up to in the last 3 years?
As you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Of course.
But the funny thing is things always go so well when business is going well. You know how it is. The more for the taking.
I think Rodella looks past her to Reginald and very catches if they're looking, catches their eye and holds it.
Sure. You see, Reginald was again kind of like flicked a glance at Tennant's direction, and then very clearly like felt your eyes on him and kind of meets your eyes a little bit. You see, there's like a glimmer of surprise. At like you get the sense when he's with Celica, he is not very often addressed. Most people are just talking to Celica the whole time, and he's there. It's like that meme. She looks beautiful, and he's also there. So he kind of looks at you, and there's like the brows draw together a little bit, but he doesn't say anything.
Rodella just holds eye contact.
Sure. Would you like to make an intimidation check for me?
Yes.
I'm going to give you advantage
Yeah.
on account of your son already did this, and you do have just the same mannerisms, huh?
That's a nat 20.
Oh, shit.
So
He dies.
29.
I'm just kidding.
29.
God,
I was gonna say,
Jesus
shit your pants. Shit your pants.
I think Rodella's arcane eye like glows and kind of swirls a little bit and flashes, and she just holds eye contact unblinkingly at this guy.
Sure. He kind of like stares at you, and you see like kind of lifts his chin a little bit, and that very like snooty, like superior look down my nose at you way, but he doesn't quite manage it, and there's just like a little bit of sweat starts to bead at like his hairline, and his grip on his wife gets a little tighter, and he's staring at you, not like he's staring you down to try and match you, but like he doesn't know if he's allowed to look away. She doesn't seem to notice.
Celica, you must tell
Yes.
me how you got your hair done in such a evocative way.
Well, you know, of course, we were planning it for weeks after we received this wonderful invitation, but I know someone in the Elic Empire who's a master of creating excellent looks to make an impression at every social event, and so I simply called them and paid them a fair sum of money, and well, I'm quite happy with how it turned out.
As you should be. You look
Thank you.
simply like something else. Would you be so kind? Would you be able to share their contact information with me? I would love to pay them a visit.
Make me a persuasion check. You're asking her to give up her exclusive contact, you know, like.
That's a 21.
21. Yeah, she kind of like looks at you, meets you head on, and you see like a glimmer of like the businesswoman in her a little bit. You get the sense this is someone who lives to make a deal. And she kind of like lifts her chin a little bit, and she actually does look down her nose at you a little bit, and she goes, "How about I make you a deal? How about you arrange an introduction with your wonderful superstar son over there, and I can make that connection happen."
Lovely. I am sure he would love to meet one of his adoring fans.
That feels true. And we will kind of pan back from there to return in a moment over to my friends who are going to get shwasted. You are walking out into this little patio area. The minute you step out, you can kind of feel there's like a cool breeze, but it's not like unpleasantly cold. It's like refreshingly cold. It smells nice out here. It smells like fresh flowers. You see more of that kind of same flower arrangement along the banister and this whole area around. There's like maybe 20, 25 people out here, and you can see a little bit at the end, there is a huge bar manned entirely by one of those same little Casper guys who is flitting around like crazy, like shaking drinks way too hard. There's like a couple people at the bar. You see there's one person at the bar right now who's kind of like leaned in, and it's the only person who looks like one of the only people here who looks as uncomfortable to be here as you all are. Very clearly dressed like a pirate, like big hat, normal coat that maybe like shoes are shined a little bit. She's got like a drink in hand and is leaning on the bar and is kind of just disassociating miserably.
Chaser will kind of lean into the other two and be like, "All right, guys. So, The first
Rose
rule.
is also with you, just as a reminder.
Hell yeah. Rose can hear this too. Rose has probably heard this lecture before, but is going to hear it again. First rule of picking a fight. You got to pick your target. And then starts power walking over to the bar. Will fucking hop up over it and turn to the 25 people who are here. Okay. And go, all right, you sick motherfuckers. I know you all have questions. Who wants a drink?
Me.
Will pour herself a shot of whiskey, knock it back, and wait for them to come.
Make me a charisma check with advantage.
Sure.
Drova's skipping the line. And she's like, wait, pour me one real quick before you fuck up these people. And pour one for Bear.
Yeah. Pour one for I'll pour like a good one. I'll make like a nice like mixed drink for Drova. I'll make a nice one for Nadette and for Rose. The rest of these people are definitely gonna get swill. I got a 12 on the
12.
The
okay.
check. Yeah, spicy 12.
First
Can I give the advantage by going, oh my god, is that her? Naomi Brewer? Oh my god! In the background.
Sure, you did just walk in with her, but I'll say yes anyway, because I think it's really funny. So yeah,
hell
roll with
yeah.
advantage.
Go again.
Just to hype him up.
Sure.
That one was worse.
Oh no!
Interesting.
It's okay.
So with a 12, a couple things happen. Wow, I just hit my wrist on my desk. First of all, you hop over and you can see there's like a little paper menu here of the specialty drinks for the evening. I just want you to know what they. Can I tell you what they are before?
Yeah, you can tell me what they are.
Because I worked really hard on the puns on them at 4 a.m, and so I'd like to say you don't have to order them. I just want to hear them.
Hell yeah.
So each competitor here, with the exception of Jimbo, R.I.P., has a drink. So Chasers is called the 1-2 punch. It's a shot of moonshine and then a chaser of, I don't know, something fruity. She's gay.
Fucking the whole point is there's no chaser. I'm the chaser. God.
You say that out loud?
Yes.
Cool, I'm putting that in my pocket. Thank you. Underneath it, you have Tenants, which is the rum slinger. It's rum, a little bit of burning cinnamon, and something citrusy. Roses just underneath is the crowned lady, like crowned lady, but it's a vodka cran. And then Jerova's is, I'm very proud of this one. Legally, everyone has to laugh, or it's a TPK. Is the Mojituba. It's a mojito.
That's good. That's good.
I was really proud of that one.
That's really good.
Thank you so much. It has like peaches and mint in there. So first of all, you see that, and you very clearly shot your distaste at it. Second thing that happens is the bartender who's back here, who's again one of the little floating spectral guys, who's currently like midway through shaking, kind of whirls around to you, and before he opens his mouth, you can see this guy maybe done a little more rushed. He's not as like clean and smooth in the magic, like the edges kind of crackle a little bit, and he goes, "Hey, come here often?" And just kind of stares at you. Everyone else in this area falls silent and just looks at you blankly, including the pirate, who like looks up from where she was dissociating and looks at you and just kind of like squints.
Come on, that's why we're here, right?
Confusion. Are you talking to her or to the group?
To the group.
The captain kind of like looks at these people and then leans in and goes, I don't think you have to do this. You've kind of been through enough.
Oh, no. So, I want to do this. Believe me. I would love to see how these people react to hearing, the first-hand account of everything that they fucking put me through. That would be just a fantastic cherry on top of this night.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of here to keep an eye on things. Do you need my help for that? Or can I go? Because I feel like this could be really awkward.
You can go. Are you good? Do you want to be here? Did they take you? They have a habit of doing that.
No, they didn't take me. We drew straws at the Black Flags on who should come keep an eye on this fucking mess. And I got the short one, so hi.
Well, nice you seem Chaser. You want a drink?
Captain, I just looks down at the drink she has that's like halfway full, sucks the whole thing down, and slams it on the counter. Yeah, I would. Louise Wyndham. Pleasure, nice Captain of the Sword Hand.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, you don't want any of these. These are kind of shit. And starts making some of her own drinks that she makes in Sucker Punch all the time.
Absolutely, you can do that.
Drova's gonna come up and ask for the pirate's number. Really quick, right in front of Chaser.
Sure, tell me how that goes. Tell me how you do that.
While Chaser's talking, Drova like sneaks up and then sits up on the stool to kind of make it seem like she's taller. She's a tiny lady.
Sure.
And kind of leans over and is like, "Well, howdy.
kind of looks over at you. She's this like fairly tall figure. She's like 5'11" ish. She's got this kind of like curly sandy hair. You see a little bit like the tips of some elf ears sticking out. Pretty blue eyes. Beautiful hat. Like you get the sense she's actually probably a fairly accomplished pirate captain in the Black Flags, and unfortunately is just stuck here. And she kind of looks over and goes, "Hi. Yeah, I know who you are. I was, all the stuff that happened was kind of big for the pirates. Sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't my fault, but I feel like I should have. Sorry about that.
It's fine. It's
Not on
fine.
you.
It's fine. Listen.
Uh,
You should
yeah?
come tour my ship sometime. We can compare
Okay.
ships.
Right, are you you don't seem the pirating type.
I work for Tuba. I'm basically in charge of Tuba. Yeah, no. It's
Like
impressive.
the instrument?
No, the animal. We take all those big animals that get out and we just lock them up, take good care of them, and put them.
Right.
back
Oh,
where
so
they're
you're like an
supposed to
animal
be.
sanctuary kind of. But like a
Yeah.
floating one.
The floating one. Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's good work. Yeah. I mean, kind of like looks around the room. Who, by the way, people have started. They like very clearly noticing that you have not started like murdering the first person that you talked to about this. A couple people have drawn a little bit closer. Not many. There's like 3 people here, maybe. You see, and we'll kind of pop out in this conversation in a minute. But you see, the 3 people who are approaching right now, is this like furbolg with like russet fur and a suit that is too tight in all the wrong ways. Very clearly has like, you don't even have to hear him talk, rich daddy's boy energy. Trailing a little bit behind him is
Daddy's
a
money.
like is like a 3'5" satyr in a very clearly cheap tweed suit. Sort of has like a little book that he's like scribbling in currently. It looks very frazzled. And then the other person who's walking up at this moment, please hold while I find their name. Here we go. Is this kind of like very finely dressed drow woman in like a slinky black, like velvety dress, who is staring right at you. But yeah, so you say this to Louise, and Louise kind of looks at you and goes, I mean, probably not like here on account of this sucks, but sure.
Some
if you
other
want.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
can I get
animals.
your phone
Okay.
number?
Sure. Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you make a check for it because you proposed it in a way where it seems, yeah. Sure. Do you want me to like write it down on a?
Yeah, you can just write it down for me right there. I think
Okay.
Drover's gonna turn to Rose and go,
Rose is like very clearly waiting for a drink and can feel the people like stepping up behind her and looks at you and just and goes back to staring at the drinks. Just
Make
waiting.
Rose's drink a little extra heavy and just kinda
Sure.
slide that over there. Yeah.
Yeah, you slide it to her, and she kind of takes it and stands up a little bit and goes, I've changed my mind. I'm gonna go back to tenant on account of people that
that's
coming,
fair.
and like that's valid of
Sorry,
you.
I
And she's
should have
like,
warned you.
No, it's okay.
I wanna.
You
I
made
wanna.
me a drink. I forgive
Yeah.
you. So
Okay,
nothing
cool.
to apologize for. Okay, well, good luck.
All right.
If you need me, I'll. And before she can finish the sentence, Rose has kind of disappeared off into this crowd.
All right.
Louise will write her number down to you and kind of slide it across the bar. And Chaser, you see these people approaching you with varying levels of curiosity.
Still a fucking drink shaker in hand. I'm going full bar to like it's taken off the jacket, rolled up the sleeves a little bit, and it's like, come on, folks. This is what I'm here for. I'm a bartender by day, in case that wasn't abundantly clear.
Yeah, you see the woman in the slinky dress kind of like walk up and very like smoothly kind of like rest her arms on the bar and lean in and go, is that what you're here for?
Yeah,
Kind of bats her eyelashes a little bit at you.
more or less. I mean, why else would they have invited me here? Pretty sure it's not my winning
Well,
personality.
I could think of a number of reasons why I might want you here, and I suspect maybe the same for the others, but I'm just fascinated by you.
Oh, thank you. Always nice to hear from some fans. So I take it you watch the games?
Here and there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. What was your favorite part?
Well, that would have to be you.
Oh, wow. Ugh, that's so flattering. Love to hear it. I worked very hard in there. It was a
I
hell
could
of a
tell.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were all, sweaty and could see you were working.
Yeah, it
really
was pretty
hard.
hot, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my wife thought so.
She does not look put off by this even a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lucky
So-
woman.
Oh, I think I'm more lucky for having her, but you know, things got a little bit tricky when I was, you know, snatched off the streets away from her, all that shit, you know?
Sure. What a story, though. What a love story. To find
What
all
a
the just to
story.
get back to her. Romantic.
Yeah. For sure, for sure. I'm sure everybody was really entertained by it.
So
Cool. So you want to
said
drink?
You have answers? Yeah. I
Oh
would love
yeah,
to.
sure. Oh yeah, I'll make a drink, and yeah, I have answers too. What are you wondering? What's
just
on
whatever
your
you wanna
mind?
say.
Sure, I
A
can tell
number
the
of
whole
things, but
thing
we're
if
in
you
polite
want.
company, so please, I would love to hear it. First
Wow,
account.
and like just that grin is back because she's picked, she's chosen her target for the evening.
Sure.
This
yeah.
is fucking fantastic. Yeah, sure. I mean, I could tell you the whole thing from beginning to end if you want.
She kind of like puts her
But you
chin
saw
on
all of
folded
it though,
hands.
didn't
I
you?
would. Oh, it doesn't matter. I think to hear it from your lips would be delicious.
Sure. Just starts like launching into this explanation.
Sure.
Telling all of just like is delivering it with just that same kind of like upbeat tone. The smile never leaves her face, but is very much talking about like the dirty details, you know, getting like clubbed and kidnapped in a back alley, in Empire fighting pits for 2 months where they didn't let her shower or get medical attention unless she won, you know, just fucking everything. And it's just like looking to see if this person is like phased even a little twinge of like guilt or shame or like pity or anything.
You see every now and then you say something and you do see like a glimmer of like sympathy more than anything, but I think
like,
the way that
it's so hard for you.
I think the way that this person is processing it, I don't think it's really like occurred to her at this moment why you are telling this story, and is very enraptured in like the theatrics of it, right? Like you the person that she was like a little bit grossly obsessed with and intrigued by, like made this grand entrance, like fulfilled everything that she thought you would do over the bar. Like you're kind of ticking the boxes of what she would have expected speaking to you is, and hasn't quite caught on in like the gritty details that like you are purposely including this to put her off, and not like, you know, you're Naomi Brewer, you're a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you probably would think that all that, like, the dirty, nasty details would be put off. Like,
yeah, of course.
She's looking at you very, also, not intentionally, but a little condescendingly as well.
Yeah, I kind of, like, finished my story. So, yeah, you know, we got out, I got married, fucking years of therapy, Bill. So, yeah, tell me, what part of that was fun for you?
Make me an intimidation check.
Sure. I would be delighted. I would be fucking delighted to. That is another natural 20 for a total of 26. Die Hard Dice, lesbian D20. You can get them in Pride Month. It's doing good things for me today.
Yeah, you say that, and for the first time, you see that glimmer of understanding. And she kind of like holds your gaze for a moment, and you see the smile like falters a little, and she just.
You thought you were gonna come here and you were gonna hit on a person that you watched fight people to the death for fun. That was like the fantasy, right?
I misunderstood, and I apologize.
Yeah, I bet you're fucking sorry.
She kind of like takes her drink and cheers up in your direction, and then we'll just walk off without a word. As we kind of
the friends. Yeah.
Sure. Speaking of the friends, Nadette, what are you up to while this extremely chaotic scene is happening?
I'm going after Daddy's money, boy.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
You can't give me a Daddy's money, boy. Come on.
The thing is, I can, and I would love to. Yeah, you walk up to Daddy's money boy. You see, I already described what he looks like. His little, like, assistant is also next to him. How do you approach Daddy's money boy?
I'm gonna walk up and say, so, do you have a chaperone to all events, or just the most important ones?
Jesus. He doesn't even look down at you. He's kind of like staring off into the distance in probably what he thinks is a really nice pose. And he goes, yes, I'd love another of those drinks if you don't mind. Thank you. That'll be all. And his assistant who's with him, who's this little satyr, kind of like looks up at him and looks back and he goes, hi, sorry. He's just, he's, did you need something? If you need something, I can like assist you. I'm like the go-between. I handle all of
10 steps back. is what I need you to do.
I actually am not allowed to do that or he'll dock my pay, and I really need to pay rent this month. So unfortunately, I do have to stand right here.
If you would allow me, James, I would love to pull out, like, 3 platinum and just hand them over to this guy.
Yeah, you hand it over. He kind of, like, takes it, and his eyes widen, and then he, like, looks up at the person that he's with, Daddy's Money Boy, who doesn't even look down. He goes, right, okay, well, I'll just be, like, I'll be, like, 2 steps away, so if you need anything, hi, I'm, Neville Kipps. I'll just be over here in, like, listening distance, just in case. Thank you for that. That's real. It's not fake, is it? Because I can't tell. I never really learned how to, you're supposed to, like, bite it or something?
That's only with gold, darling, and that's only because gold is a soft metal, so it'll leave teeth marks if you bite it.
He, like, fumbles with this book again and writes, you see him writing in there, like, metal, gold is soft, do not bite platinum, and then kind of snaps it shut. Okay, well, that's good to know. Thank you. Sorry, what's your name? You're very nice and pretty. No, sorry, that was Forward.
Thank you. No, I love Forward.
Okay.
My name's Nadette. Nadette
Hi.
Crowcolts.
I'm Neville. They both start with N. We have that in common. Just holding the platinum in one hand and the book in the other, kind of like, puts the platinum on top, it immediately falls to the ground, and he shakes your hand and then leans over and picks it up. Okay, well, I'm gonna, sorry, what do you need?
A silly question.
Annie, you can ask me any question. Yeah, I'm actually, so the thing is, I would love to give you that, but I'm actually not allowed to have a phone number because I have to answer Dane's phone, and so I'm not allowed to have my own.
Dane.
Yeah, that's Dane Danwood, and he's like, he's super wealthy, powerful, and handsome. Sorry, he's like right there, you can hear me. He just pretends like he can't, guy, and so, because I have to, like, I'm not supposed to have, like, a personality. For a while, I didn't even have a name, but I just earned that back a couple weeks ago. So, when I have a number, though, you can have it.
I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
You give me Dane's phone number there. And I think my family might have need of I don't know, maybe an accountant or something. What do you do?
I'm really good at pretty much anything. For you, I'll do, like, anything. But sorry, again, that was kind of forward. But yeah, I'm good at accounting. I could be an accountant. I'm actually trained professionally to be an accountant, but Dane kind of just likes me to, like, carry his stuff around and talk to people he doesn't want to talk to. So, yeah, I could...
I'm hiring you now to be my accountant. You don't have to do anything Dane says ever again, and I want your personal phone number, so you better go get a number. And give me Dane's.
Is it too soon to say I think I'm in love with you?
Darling, it's never too soon to be in love with me.
You see, Neville Kip's cheeks turn, like, bright, like, cherry red. He goes, okay, yeah, where do I go? Where am I working? I don't really know. You kind of just walked up, you're like a vision, and I feel like, did I die, actually? Is this, like, a weird afterlife? Like, it's a good one, but I don't know, like, anything about you or what you need accounting for. But I'll do it. I'm in.
Darling, if the heavens opened up and sent you a vision, it would not look half as good as I do. You're gonna go to that woman, and I'm just gonna point out Rodella, and say, and you're going to tell her that Nadette has found them a new account. And you're going to point to me, and I'm going to raise my glass, and she's going to give you all the information.
Okay. I'll go do that. Thank you, Nadette. Nice to meet you. I think I have to go do that and then pass out really quick, kind of like turns to Dane and like reaches up and grabs Dane's sleeve. And Dane, who has this like very full drink that the ice is melted, he's very clearly carrying it for like the aesthetic of carrying it and not to drink it. And it like slops over a little bit and Dane looks up and goes, hey, I will take your name back. How dare you touch me? And Neville looks up and goes, yeah, I'm actually gonna go be an accountant for Nadette and Rodella. I don't know who they are, but it's probably better than this. I quit. Bye. And he just like takes out a holo transmitter and throws it at Dane and runs to Rodella. Just like the platinum kind of spilling everywhere, like loose sheets coming out of this man's journal. He's trying so fucking hard to get away. And Dane kind of like looks down at the suit, which is now stained a little bit with liquor. Something goes, it's so good to find good help these days. So hard to find good help these days. Sorry,
right?
do you want the job or something? You can have it, I guess. You're nice to look at, so.
Oh, thank you so much. Tell me, what is your family name? Who dragged you here today?
Well, I'm Dane Danwin, of course.
Who?
Cute. Sorry, and you are?
Kind of like, I'm gonna like sit down at the bar next to him.
He's just fully standing in the middle of this room. He thinks that everyone's
okay.
looking at him very clearly.
I'm just gonna saddle up next to him and go, It's kind of embarrassing that you don't know.
Right. Okay. I'm
Now,
I'm sure it is.
Daniel, was it? Denver? Dick?
Do you need something? Are you do you need something? And a little extra cash maybe for that new dress that was a little last season, dear.
Oh, my darling, don't you know? Being in fashion is so boring. But, of course, someone with your saltine-like personality wouldn't recognize that.
What's a saltine?
Oh, darling. Handsome as you are, dumb, I see.
Sorry, just to be clear, are you coming on to me? I'm getting some mixed signals here, and I'm trying to decide if I'm disgusted or interested. You're a very strange little creature.
Well, I'll
like
let
a
you
stray
work
cat.
that out. Take your time.
Well,
I'll
I'm
tell
gonna
you
go. Oh
No,
no!
don't
Sorry,
go.
please continue.
I need to keep talking to you.
Make me a persuasion check. Obviously with disadvantage because you did just hire his assistant out from under him and insulted him several times. Understandably.
I rolled 2 nat 20s.
Holy shit. Okay, yeah, you see like a Dane Danwin is not someone that people often tell what to do. And you tell this man what to do without like an ounce of what's the word I'm looking for? Like hesitation. And he kind of like looks at you in a new light and he just like eases into a stool next to you. Okay, my interest is piqued.
I want your number.
And
I want to play a little game.
Okay, well, you'll have to find my assistant for my ex-assistant. I don't actually know my own number.
Give me a phone. I'll put mine in.
It's like on the floor. He just kind of looks at it and looks up at you.
I'm gonna do a bend and snap to pick up the phone.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of leans back on the bar a little.
I'm gonna text myself from the number.
Sure. Yeah.
So I have it, and I'm gonna go, how about, since we are obviously the two most attractive people at this party, we play a game?
What kind of game?
So you get the most numbers?
Oh, you almost had me, but the thing is, going out,
So
getting numbers
pedestrian.
yourself, I'm the kind of person that people approach. I'm not the one who does the approaching, so...
Then this should be easy for you. I didn't take you for a coward with your costume.
This is designer.
Is it?
Right, well, I'm afraid you'll have to find someone else to play your little game. 'Cause I have to go get this, whatever this swill is, out of my suit before it stains.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that was part of the design.
Really quickly, seeing all of this happen, Chaser just takes the tallest glass that she can find and starts pouring as much like blackberry like syrup as she can into it.
Yeah.
And then when she sees this start to wrap up, is gonna just slide it over to Nadette and be like, "Oh yeah, here's the conversation ender you asked for."
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Well, pick it up. Since you don't want to play and you're already getting changed. And Adette's just gonna hold it up over his head and pour it out so slowly on this man's head so it just starts dripping down.
Ooh, buddy, that's not gonna come out.
Yeah, first of all, it does not even acknowledge you, Chaser. You're the help, you're not worth it to him. James, love you. I just want you to know why I'm not acknowledging you.
She's used to it.
Sure. Dane does not break eye contact as you do this, Mara, with your 2 nat 20s. And he kind of just like sits there as this like thick blackberry juice eases down, gets stuck in all of his fur and down onto his suit. And he looks at you and he like looks you up and down and he leans in and goes, disappointing. And then he walks away. And we are gonna, with a little, his shoes squeak a little bit as he walks. It's like a little satisfying because they're like sticking on the ground. We are gonna pull back from there. Tenant Crocolt, light of my life, my angel, what have you been doing in this normal experience you're having?
I think Tenant is still standing in the middle of this room by themselves.
Sure.
Kind of has a hand like in their jacket. Their thumb is kind of like thumbing the cylinder of one of their guns, and it kind of like does this like methodical click, and they're kind of using it as like a self-soothing like stim toy. Their gun.
Sure.
And their gaze just alternates between like looking at the floor, looking up, like glancing over at Rose, looking back down, looking up, glancing to check where Rose is, and just will do that for not long they're left by themselves.
Absolutely. You can very easily find like a little part of this room where you can see both the bar and your mom's having just the worst conversation with the worst couple in the world. And you see Rose kind of walk up to this bar. You see people start to kind of advance on the bar. You see her like pick up a drink and turn and lock eyes with you, and there's like relief there. And she starts walking towards you through this crowd, and you like lose sight of her for just a moment because it's, there's people out here and they are kind of now clamoring to get up and see the lady who just jumped over the bar and yelled about being willing to talk firsthand about the experience of being in the ant farm, the thing that all the people that are here really want to know about. And you kind of like wait for her to emerge on the other side, and the crowd clears, and she doesn't. You don't see her.
Great.
And that is where we're going to take our break. Come back in just a couple minutes to find out what the fuck's going on. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't change that Twitch channel, and we'll see you in a second. Bye. Hi everybody, welcome back. Sorry, we were talking about Footloose right before this. My brain is not in the correct space. So Tenant, you are standing here, you watch your wife step into a crowd of people, and when the crowd of people is gone, your wife is nowhere to be seen. Your moms are still talking to the worst couple in the world. You see your sister pouring some kind of thick liquid over the head of a furbolg, and a satyr just walking so intently towards Rodella.
Okay, I'll explain why I'm doing this shortly after I do it.
Okay. Terrifying.
But Tennant's response to this is he pulls the gun out of his pocket and he fires into the air. The reason he does this is because he knows that when you fire a gun into the air, the most likely people who, are rich and haven't been around guns very much, they duck.
Sure.
His family and Rose do not. So he's trying to clear the room so he can immediately pinpoint who his allies are and where they are, and if he can spot Rose immediately. And also alert his family to something's wrong, I think.
Sure. Yeah, you fire this gun in the air. Everyone in the party obviously can hear this. It echoes through these huge kind of like open space in this room and the outdoors. You do see most of the people in this room immediately kind of drop, including Reginald. Riva Rodella Reginald goes starfish flat on the ground. Just instantly collapses like one of those like car salesman things, but that's been deflated. Celica, you deal him 1 point of damage and he is bloodied because he's just a guy. Celica also drops. Pretty much everyone in this room drops. You do not see Rose. The only other person that's standing that you don't recognize is the pirate that was at the bar, who sits up, like, hand very clearly goes to where you expect a sword to be. But you do not see Rose. You see the satyr who was walking towards you. You fire into the gun, like, shrieks and immediately ducks behind a wall. And just, you see, like, one little antler poking out from behind the wall.
Just a little fuzzy butt tail.
Yeah, just a little tail. Absolutely.
Okay, can I... You said that there weren't any, like, exits, or... Oh, there was that room to the left.
Yes, the one that there weren't very many people in. There's, like, a couple people in there now. You see, like, heads kind of poking out.
Okay, I'm just gonna make eye contact with Reva, and then I'm, like, rushing towards that door on the left-hand side and throwing it open.
Sure, absolutely. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I think as soon as that eye contact is made, I look down at the Fenrix, and I just pull a business card, just the Crowcolt Enterprises, out of my pocket, and I set it down on the ground in front of Celica. Just like, call me. And then I look over...
Just kind of looks up at you, wide-eyed.
And then I look over to this pitiful, pitiful man that's starfish.
Yeah.
And then I look over to Rodella. I'm just like, sweetie, do you have a spare handkerchief or something? He seems awfully damp.
Rodella pulls one out of the pocket and just kind of like drops it, and it just floats down.
It lands like perfectly over his head, where there's like less hair back here. He's like balding towards the back, and his hairpiece has like flopped forward as he's fallen to the ground, and it just like perfectly encapsulates his head. So there's just like a cloth, and then he almost looks like a dead body because he's just flattened out. Your foot is on his hand. It's something.
I lift my foot. Oh, my apologies.
From muffled against the ground, you hear, "It's okay."
Oh my god.
Absolutely. Did you say you're following Tennant?
Yes.
Cool. We'll get to that room in just a moment. My close good friends Drova, Nadette, and Chaser, what are you doing? You hear this gunshot, you see everyone fall to the ground.
I think Drova jumps up onto the bar and pulls out her hot pink gun and is like, "Nobody move!"
That's
are you doing a stick-up?
Robbing the place. You see Neville Kipps, who was like just about to curb it in the next room and didn't. He's like pressed up against the wall and just and you can see there's other than Louise Wyndham, the captain, who does not look bothered by you, just kind of like gives you an odd look and then turns back to kind of squint at Tennant, hand still on the hilt of her sword. The only other person that's really in here, because Dane has pretty much just made it out and was like, just as he reached the room, Tennant was leaving. And also just paused, kept going. He's got a suit to save, you know what I mean? The only other person who's here in sort of like the back of this room, like maybe 40, 45 feet from you, kind of like lounging on a very plush like patio chair with a drink in hand, is this purple tiefling in like a slutty suit, hair pulled up in like a little man bun type, who kind of has like the classic tiefling eyes that are just like all silver. You kind of like has an arm up, like winced a little when the gunshot went off, and then just kind of like turns to look at you and looks like... Make me an insight check, actually, to see how they look.
Insight. Let's see. That is a 15.
15? Yeah, you kind of get the sense that this person looks more like mildly annoyed and confused and a little intrigued than they do like afraid. Or just doesn't move, just kind of like stares at you from 45 feet away.
I think Drova's not like because it does seem like she's coming off as like, I'm about to rob the place or this is a stick up, but she's actually just like, why the fuck did Tennant just shoot a gun off in the room?
And obviously Tennant walk off with Reva and Rodella.
I think upon seeing that, kind of turns to Nadette and Chaser and is like, did y'all see that? Should we go that way?
Yeah, something's wrong. Like all the kind of like joking excitement is just gone from Chaser's face, and it's just stone serious, and looks at Nadette and is just like, you need to stay close, all right?
Listen, I agree. Something terrible is going on. And I'm gonna kind of like, do I see this purple tiefling like looking nonplussed?
Yeah.
And I like quick dart eyes over and be like, maybe I should stay here. Because I think if you brought me towards danger, my mothers would murder you. So
That's true. That's very
wait
true.
here.
You stay here. Here, you take Bear. And Drova's gonna take the rat off her shoulder and give it to Nadette.
That's
He'll
just gonna like
protect
kind
you.
of tuck the rat so his little paws are sticking out the front of like
There you go.
her
Yeah.
dress, just kind of like in her bosom.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
And
And
if anything goes wrong, I'll just catch up.
do you want some dynamite?
Listen.
Just in case.
Louise leads in and goes, I'm sorry, did you say dynamite?
Yeah, I have a bag full of dynamite.
Sorry, are you here to
God,
kill
no.
everybody? Because I'd really
No.
appreciate if you
No.
could just like let me know
No,
so I
we're
can head
not.
out. Because don't get me wrong,
No,
like
no,
you
no.
deserve it if you want to. I just, I'm here for like
No, it's just a precaution, you know. What I'm
okay,
saying?
precautionary dynamite.
Yeah, right. in
Yeah,
case
who
you
doesn't know
blow
that?
Some shit up to hell. Yeah. So.
Just don't tell me if you do. I would like plausible deniability because the thing is, I think you do deserve to blow this place to shit. But also I'm here as a professional, so
Right. I'll whistle real loud if I'm going to, so you can-
great. Yeah, please do
um,
that so I can jump overboard. Thank you
right,
so much.
That's what I'm saying. I got you.
Listen, Nadette, I think that your moms might actually kill me if I leave you alone in this room after your brothers just fired a gun. So,
Listen,
if you got something you want to do, I'm not gonna stop you.
Great, I'm
but-
gonna go talk to that fucker over there who looks
Okay.
like nothing in the world is wrong, and then I'll meet
Okay.
up with you. Yeah.
All right, that's fine. I am gonna stay here behind the bar, and if anything happens, you signal me, okay? Because I'm not fucking leaving you alone with these people.
If you need to go, you go. I will be fine. But if you want to stay and do another shot, that's okay.
Sure, yeah.
I'll do
I'm
anything.
gonna. Sure, I'll stay and drink
Okay.
for my own entertainment.
Great.
Okay. We'll kind of lean into Dropa and just be like, let him know we'll be there in a minute, all right?
I got you. Make sure nothing happens to the rat, by the way. Oh,
No,
Okay.
listen. The rat and I got each other's back.
I can tell. I feel like you have a
Bear's
really strong
kind of like
connection.
shivering, like shimmying down a little bit further in because you get the sense that he's kind of cold until like it's just two little eyes sticking out of your like boob window and like little
Mhm.
claws. It's just
Ratatouille in the boob.
yeah. Such a
I'm gonna lean over to Chaser and go, and like kind of flash my hands, and there's a beautiful like purple ring on it. I can go invisible if I need to. So if I just
Okay.
like fucking disappear, don't act surprised. I'm doing something.
Okay.
Okay. I love you.
Is this your first time doing something like this?
No, I killed a guy last year. Don't tell my mums.
I'm just gonna, the booze is really getting to me. I kind of blacked out after what you just said, so that's
Yeah.
what we're gonna go with. All right, go talk
Yeah.
to your fucking guy and stop saying things to me. Jesus Christ.
Okay, one time I almost set the entire Crowcolt estate on fire, but I saved it and no one noticed. Okay, bye!
See, that's funny. See, that's fine. That's funny.
Head over to the purple team.
Absolutely, you can do that. As you approach this figure, you see again, like, does not kind of shy away from you approaching, like, still has one arm kind of up and is watching you with, like, curiosity. Not in a, like, weird, yucky way that other people have been doing so this evening, but just in, like, a sort of genuine, like, okay. Freeze. There we go. Sorry, I froze. And as you approach, they kind of like swirl the drink a little bit and like lift their fingers a little bit to wave at you and don't say anything.
I'm gonna kind of like, where are they sitting? Are they sitting at a table or are they sitting on a couch?
They're on like a couch. They have like their feet up on the coffee table in front of them. Yeah.
I'm gonna flop down on the couch, put my feet up to match. I would love to try and like grab the drink out of their hand and take a swig.
Sure, you can do it. They don't fight you on it. He kind of
yeah,
like
take a
smirks a little bit at you and like it eyebrow raises a little, but lets you do it.
like puts it back and go. So, how much money did you have on gunfire going off tonight? Because I only had 10 gold. So,
Give me one moment to roll something here. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. They kind of just like look at you and go, I didn't really bet. Not a
No?
big gambling guy. I think once you see how easy the game can be thrown, you stop handing your money over. Can I help you with something? You look very familiar.
don't I just?
Hmm.
You know, I find that people who are worried about the game being thrown and so they don't gamble usually aren't those who are too interested in throwing the game themselves. So, what are you doing here?
Nita, actually, now that you're kind of up close with this person, would you make me a history check, please?
Okay.
I'll say with proficiency. Because
Okay.
this pertains to something you know a decent amount about.
Oh, golly god, okay. History, I have half proficiency plus my proficiency.
Mhm.
Oh god, that's so much math. Okay. 17.
17. You vaguely recognize the description of this person from, like, you know, you like to sneak out and kind of like hang out with the criminals that you approve of. And you have never met this person. You know, this person, their name is Crux. They are a thief. Like, professionally.
Her.
Just kind of looks at you and goes, no, I guess you're right. That's not my vice, necessarily.
So who's your mark?
It kind of like raises their eyebrows at you and looks very pointedly around the whole party full of cowering rich people. Who isn't, really?
Give me a number.
Number for what?
Your
Like my
holo transmitter. Give it to me. Whatever one
sorry,
you're using today.
I don't mean to be rude. You're a little young for me.
Not ew! No! Because I'm also in the business of pissing off rich people and stealing everything they have.
You a big criminal yourself?
I want you to look at my face for 3 seconds and think about who I remind you of.
We'll try again. Last time I rolled 2 3s. Much better. You see, it kind of like squints at you very like, yeah, okay, kid, for a second. And then like blinks, and the expression doesn't change, but you see the moment that they put the pieces together on why you look familiar. He goes, it's not every day I get graced with the presence of a Crowcolt.
Yes. Very few are graced with our presence. So once again, I'm going to need you to give me your number, and I'm going to need you to tell me whatever you've seen going on, because if anyone has been paying attention to this crowd, we both know it's you.
Are you gonna pay me for it? I mean, my time is very valuable, and I'm making out like a bandit here, so I'm just saying, you know, you want to pull me away from something. Probably make it worth my while. And I know you're good for it, so don't even try to get out of that.
What if I have a really good tip on a job for you?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What kind of job? Like I said, I have particular tastes.
Your skill set? Little, I don't know, perhaps putting some fancy fuck in his place?
I do love to do that. Alright, what exactly is it you are hoping that I've seen?
Well, my brother just fired a gun in the air and my entire family ran for it.
Yeah, into the gallery over there.
Yeah, what happened?
Your brother fired a gun and your whole family ran into it.
What do you know?
I don't know.
What have you seen?
Well, let's see what Crux did see. Woof. Okay. Crux kind of looks at you, like looks around a little and goes, I mean, you know, from where I was sitting, he was looking at the new one in your murder of crows, if you will. The other Victor. She's walking through the crowd, and then I don't know. I didn't see where she slipped off to, but wherever it was seemed to piss them off. So, gun fire, family running for the gallery. You know the whole shtick. But hey, I was sitting here the whole time, so I was taking a break. You know, my pocket's getting real heavy, and you see, kind of like lifts up the little coat pocket that he has, and it's like a fairly small pocket, but like gives it a shake, and you hear like so much golden money in there. You get the sense that he's like a pocket of holding kind of sitch, and goddamn, there's a lot in there.
Hell yeah. I have found perhaps one of the most scammable people I've ever found in my life. So you send me your number, I'll send you theirs, and you can go right ahead. scamming that motherfucker for everything he's worth. And
Was it
I'm
the guy
going to
you
go,
doused in, what was that, syrup?
yeah. Oh, God, that
Yeah,
was
all
funny,
right.
wasn't it?
It was pretty funny. Yeah, okay. You see, he kind of like pulls out his holo transmitter and they hand it over to you with the like contact section kind of open.
I type in my number,
Sure.
send it. All right, you've been very helpful. Did you see anyone approach my sister-in-law?
I mean, you know, it was kind of like a crowd because of what's her name over there jumping over the bar like a maniac and shouting at people. But I mean, a couple people around. There was like a lady in a dark gray suit, kind of had like this eyes that looks like space, you know, like the really dark part of space, kind of like nods out past behind them, past like into these sort of dark recess of space that you're in. I don't know. She kind of like leaned in and whispered something to them, and then I mean, I wasn't looking at them specifically. I was looking at the rich guy you poured syrup on. So thank you for the hookup, by the way, on that one. And then I don't know. They were gunshot, kind of brought me back to what was going on.
Right. Person, eyes like the ocean, whispered in her ear, and she went away. Great. You've been very helpful. If you think of anything else, feel free to reach out. And I'm just gonna take the drink out of his hand again, finish it, put it back in his hand.
Just watches you do it with like a little bit of like a smirk, but doesn't say anything.
And I don't know, if you're free later, perhaps I'll give you a call. And I'm just gonna walk away to Chaser.
Again, too young for me, kid.
Chaser kind of is still leaned on the bar and is like, "You get anything?"
Yeah, someone whispered something into Rose's ear, and she walked away. And I'll just recount the whole, like, the description and everything.
Does that description sound familiar to me at all?
Make me a... Well, I guess here's my question. So, Chaser kind of made a big show of coming in and getting people to come over and making drinks.
Did indeed.
How closely do you think Chaser was paying attention to the, like, individual people in here? Or do you think she kind of wrote them all off as rich fuckers who were part of my drink?
I have the observant feat, and I've been trying to pick a fucking target.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, so I would say with that, you do remember seeing, first in kind of the room you walked in at, and one of the people who was kind of like looking up at you, not one of the ones who was like cheering or whistling, but you did see this kind of like lithe figure in this like dark gray dress, had like black hair slicked back, elven ears, and eyes that were truly just like the void of space. And she was in the room when you walked in. You didn't see them speak to Rose. You didn't have any encounter with them, but it's just kind of like...
And I don't recognize her from like my time either in the ant farm or in the Eliac Empire fighting pits or anything like that.
Make me a history check.
Cool! Let's do it! See if this will give me a third nat 20, maybe?
You don't know.
No, it's a 10. Or actually, I'm going to use my DM inspiration because I want it really bad. I was going to use it for something stupid, but I want this now.
I guess mod is fine if you want to, like, beak or whatever. Boo.
I do want to... I dropped my dice! Okay, I'll roll a different one. Okay, that's better. 16.
16, you cannot place this person. You know you have seen them before.
Interesting.
You just... it's an unusual description. You don't think you've ever like met her?
Okay.
But know it's like her face.
Tickle.
Yeah. Just one of those like kind of things.
Yeah. Kind of gets a faraway look for a second as she's trying to place it. Okay. Probably bad. We should go see about your brother.
Alright.
And sorry, I didn't mean to like hover before or anything. Like, I know you got yourself, but the only reason they were able to get all of us the first time was because we were by ourselves. So I didn't want to leave anybody alone.
Nadette's gonna kind of look at you like with trying so hard to cover like a feeling of almost guilt as you say that, and then is going to say, well, Luckily, none of us are ever alone anymore, are we? I'm gonna kind of clink a glass against just like your head since you're not holding one anymore, and say clink. And is gonna grab a bottle of something, just not even looking, just grab
No,
a bottle
not
of
that one.
something.
That one, that's fucking swill. I don't even serve that at my bar. And pull a better one out and put it back in her hand.
I was gonna use it to like light a fire later, but sure.
Oh,
and
well,
like,
yeah, that's actually fantastic for it.
yeah.
Sorry,
that's
never
what
mind.
I'm saying.
Sorry,
I
I keep.
just-
Don't mean to underestimate you. You got it figured out, man.
I will say,
well,
Chaser.
that is my greatest curse. I am underestimated. Let's go.
I will say, Chaser, as Nadette is kind of like rooting around under the bar and you're looking, you do notice a lot of the liquor that's here, it's not like the nice stuff. Like, for a party like this, you'd expect like nice stuff.
Huh.
It's like
Holds up a
the
bottle
bottom
and
shelf
is
is
like,
pretty close.
I serve this to people I fucking hate. Like, if I want them to have like a bad time, like a really bad time, like they don't even get that drunk, but like you still feel it the next day.
See, I was wondering if, like, the little ghost magic guy over there pissed in this, because it is not that great.
I don't. Something's not right here. They did
Wanna
not
light the
spare
bar
any.
on fire before we go?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm just gonna, like, uncork the bottle, pull it out over the thing, and
Take my little-
it.
I was gonna say take my little pocket handkerchief to make a little Molotov cocktail.
Just
That's
a very quick reminder, if you are still on the ship, if you set a fire here and it gets out of control, you might be
that's
stuck on a
true.
burning ship. You can do it. I love you for it. If you just to keep in mind, Rose is somewhere on the ship and you may
Let
be
me roll a
looking for a
dice
few
about it
minutes.
really quick. What do you think, Chaser? Should we do it?
I feel like we should maybe save it for when we're like on our way out, you know?
Fine.
I know. Patience is not my strong suit either.
I do need the audience to know I rolled another nat 20. To do
Your
the
brain
thing.
cell was working
happening?
today. That's good. That's very good, because I would have
Yeah.
just blindly agreed to blow shit up.
I think at this point, Rodella and Riva have probably caught up with Tennant, or at
Sure.
least are right behind.
Yeah.
And immediately just so. What was that?
I'm
little
not-
display?
I'm not talking.
Okay.
Super quickly, let me tell you a little bit about this room that you're entering.
Yeah.
But also, before we do that, as you guys are leaving, very quickly, Chaser, Drova, and Nadette, can you make me a perception check?
Ruh-roh.
So 17?
You said perception?
Yeah.
I got an at 20 this time.
Fuck yeah, babe!
Hell
let's
yeah.
go.
I got an 18.
18. Cool. So all of you notice this as you're kind of walking through. There is a faint crackle in the air from when magic is cast. It's like this echo. As you kind of walk past the place where you all last saw Rose, you feel it. Drova, you recognize this. When you were on the ship with, Emil, and you were kicked off, they used teleportation magic to send you wherever it is you wanted to go. And this is what that magic felt like. That kind of crackle of teleportation specific magic with your nat 20. Tennant, Riva, and Rodella. The three of you can catch up in just a moment. Not the three of you I just said. Sorry. Drova, Nadette, and Chaser, since you are heading that way, if you just want to interrupt and let me know when you enter that room, I'm fine with that. The moms and Tennant, you are heading into this little room on the left. There aren't a lot of people in here. The few people that were in here kind of stepped out when they heard the gunshot to see what was happening. There's like a little bit of hesitant, scattered applause as you leave the room because people are like, that's the thing that he does. Was he doing the thing that he does? I don't know how to respond to that, so I guess I'm going to clap. You walk into this room. You can very easily recognize it's set up in here like an art gallery. But all of the art is moments from the ant farm. Some are videos, some are pictures of all of you. All of you would recognize these moments from just various moments throughout. Most of them are Rose, Tennant, and Chaser. There's a couple of Drover, Jimbo, and Timbo. May he rest in peace. But it's the bulk of those three. Tennant, remind me, you said you're heading for that door that you saw off in the back? Or were you
was
just walking
heading
in
through? Yeah, I was heading into that room. So I think Tennant
absolutely.
throws the doors open, is kind of ready to do the same thing and clear the room again, but kind of realizes that there aren't very many people in there. And as soon as they see the art, they just freeze in the middle of this room and are just staring.
Sure.
And are just like deer in headlights, like staring at all of these, images that they usually only see when they're unconscious at night, are now painted in full color in front of them.
Yeah.
I think noticing Tennant freeze, I touch his shoulder. Now, sweetie, when you were a child, you used to cry to get our attention. What's with the gun? And I'm gonna try and draw Tennant's attention to Riva.
Sure.
I think that kind of, they frown and it kind of like, they break out of the haze and they turn to you and they're like, Rose is missing. I didn't see, she was there and then she was gone and she's not in the fucking room. She's not in here either. Someone's fucking taken her or something has happened.
You're sure?
I look over to Rodella.
Yes, I'm fucking sure.
We'll find out what happened. What did you see?
She was there, she was crossing the room to me 1 minute, and then she was gone. And he's already kind of walking away from you and like pushing through, like past these like portraits and videos, is just trying to do a sweep of the room to try and see like, do any of the paintings move? Are there any like secret exits? Like,
sure.
Just like, but in the most ungraceful, chaotic way possible, like tearing things down, like fucking like ripping shit off the walls.
Absolutely. I would say make me an investigation check. I'll give you advantage because you are not being subtle about it.
Around this time, can we arrive?
Yes, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
How big are these paintings?
That was a net one.
Yeah.
The paintings are, I mean, they're fairly big. They're like, I'm bad at measurements. Like, most of them are, I would say, like 10 by 15. They're like pretty big. There's a couple of like fantasy screens in here as well, like replaying moments, but the pictures are that big. There's a couple that are bigger and a couple that are smaller. But
I think Chaser kind of enters this room and in a very similar way to Tennant kind of just like freezes as she's processing all this for a minute. And James, these paintings, canvas, just canvas.
Are you reaching up and touching one, or are you just looking at them?
Yeah, I'm gonna reach up and I'm gonna touch one and see if it's fucking canvas.
Roll me electric.
Yeah, sure.
Also, Tennant, what did you get on that check?
18.
18? Cool.
4.
In 1 second. 4? Yeah, you reach out, you touch like the couple nearest to you. They feel like canvas. They're a little bit smoother than canvas. You get the sense that someone probably did not sit down and paint these. Someone probably like magic.
Like one of those like ones that's like kind of shitty printed on.
Yeah.
Find the nearest one and I put my fucking fist through it.
Absolutely. I won't even make you roll for it. You can put your fist square through. Tennant, with your 18, you are ripping things off the wall. And you've kind of made it farther. You hear like the thud as I almost called you Naomi. Hello, not your government name. As Chase kind of like puts her hand through a painting. You're on like a little bit further into the room. And you kind of like reach up to grab a painting and you're partway through pulling it off the wall and you see the one directly next to it, which is a little bit of a longer one. The edge of the frame, there's a little seam there, and just barely poking out of the seam on like, or I guess like kind of on the bottom seam, is just like 2 fingers of a glove you recognize.
A glove?
Rose was wearing gloves.
Chase like
just
puts her
hand. But you do see like a seam as well, as if this may be open. Sorry.
Like
yes.
Put her fist through this, is immediately like taking off her waistcoat, rolling up her sleeves, and it's like, Tennant, what the fuck is going on?
I'm not answering you. I just rip open this whatever door it is. Can I?
I hate to ask you to do this, but please make me a strength check. This is a door and it's locked. I'm so sorry to do this.
I mean,
like you pull on it and it doesn't move.
No, I think he like pulls on it and then like realizes it needs locks and he just fucking shoots the lock.
Sure. Yeah, you can shoot in sort of like the area you think the lock is in. It's probably. Yeah. I got a nat 1. So you shoot the lock so good that it kind of like, there's like a jolt and you see it creaks open just slightly.
Fucking amateurs. Fucking what? A door behind a fucking painting. It storms through it.
Sure. Drova and the moms and Nadette, what are you up to while this is happening?
I was taking the photo of her and Timbo and Jimbo off the wall so that she can keep it when she's going down away from Chaser and Tenet so that they don't destroy it.
Jimbo's kind of in the doorway, walks in, and you hear like a low whistle, and then he sees you do that, goes, do you want me to take that back to the ship? I can like...
Will you take this back? Yes. And will
Sure.
you get Dingo one? Because I feel like something terrible is gonna happen. I always feel terrible when I'm around the Crowcolts. Something always has to fucking happen. I love them so much, though. But
it might be that like post-traumatic stress disorder kind of, you know, like you associate them with a bad memory.
No.
Okay. I was reading about it in like a book, but yeah, I can go get Dingo. I don't know if they let dogs in here though.
I don't give a fuck if they let dogs. I hate all these people. They think the sun comes up just to watch them take a shit. So, get Dingo one. Get some more dynamite, and just in case, maybe place it strategically. Just in case, we're probably not gonna blow it up, but okay.
Sure. Yeah, I'll get the engine running too, just in case we gotta make like a quick one. Cool. So, do you want me to take the painting back though?
Yeah, don't let anything happen to the paint in specific.
Don't even worry about it. I got it. Yeah, he kind of like
Chaser even look at it. To be honest.
Chaser's like over there yelling at Ten's crow. I don't know. I don't think she's really interested in that. Yeah, here, I'll get kind of like tucks it under one of his big lanky arms and all right, well, don't die. Good luck. I'll be at the ship. I'll send Dingo one in. You know, it's like his nap time though. He might be a little cranky. So I'll give him like a little wet food before we come in.
Yeah, he needs his wet food and his medicine.
Yeah, you know, it's that time. He'll get mad. So okay, well you good luck, I guess. Bye crows.
Jimbo.
Good luck. I hope everything's like okay or whatever.
It's probably fine. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Right. And Jimbo will walk out and up the stairs with this big painting under one arm, just happily whistling his way on up. Nadette and the moms. What you doing?
Like, Riva looks over to Nadette and just goes, "You stay within arm's length of Verdella. If you leave, I will confiscate everything that you own."
So, like, our arms together, or just, like, so Rodella can touch my shoulder?
Smart.
Like, are we supposed to, like, touch our fingertips together and that's arm's length? Like...
We're not having this conversation when Tenant's like this. Let's go.
Ugh, who's always like this, though? I'm just gonna follow Riva wherever she goes. Like, but he's always like this.
Absolutely incredible. And everybody is following Tenet into this hallway.
Chaser is monk speed power walked to kind of catch up, fucking clinks her fucking rings together to pull the knuckle dusters out. And is like, okay, where did you last see her?
She was crossing the fucking main room towards me and then she was just gone.
Right, okay.
Did you not see her? Were you not keeping eyes on her? You didn't see anything?
I wasn't keeping eyes on her. I was keeping eyes on your sister, man.
Okay, was she talking to anyone?
No, but there was this woman. Nadette found out there was this woman, and she was in a gray dress, and she had these eyes, like, just like dark voids, and I can't fucking for the life of me remember, but I feel like I've seen her before.
Can I roll a history check?
Sure. I'm gonna... No, I'll be nice. You just do it flat. I was gonna give you disadvantage because you haven't seen them technically, but
14?
14. You kind of have that same feeling with that description, but it just doesn't quite catch in your brain. I will say, anyone who's hearing this description, if you would like to, you can also... I'm gonna say, except... Nadette, do you think you snuck and watched the ant farm at any point?
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to, James? Of course I did.
Right. Anyone hearing that description, if you would like to, you can make a history check.
They're not 20. What the fuck?
What's going on?
Another nat 20.
I haven't rolled a nat 20 yet. I know I'm gonna do it to just commit so much violence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm manifesting it right
I better
now.
do this on Wednesday. I swear to God.
Oh my goodness.
That's my 4th nat 20 this session. I don't know if I've rolled a nat 20 in all of
wild.
Crow Lane. Maybe one.
I literally
I don't know what's happening.
In the Wallow fight, so you definitely have at least once.
Oh, yes, Wallow fight.
Okay,
Thank
nat
you, Crow
20.
Lane gods.
What the?
Rodella and Reva.
21.
Okay.
15.
15. Rodella, you kind of hear this same feeling, like vaguely, like you can almost see their face, but not quite. Like you can't quite put the pieces together. Reva can join the nat 20s. Those are all very high rolls, and the DC was 20. My 2 nat 20s and my 21. You remember this? This was a competitor in the ant farm. You viscerally remember that, like, the void-like eyes, the black hair slicked back. They were on a different team. They never, like, came into contact with Tenet. They were, like, when the ant farm ended, they were, like, 2 levels down. They were on a team with 5 people. 2 of them, you know for sure, died, like, on screen during the events of the ant farm. You probably didn't spend a lot of time watching this channel because they really didn't, like, interact with Rose, Tenet, and Chaser's team. But you do know beyond a shadow of a doubt, this was a competitor in the same ant farm.
Oh, fuck.
And actually, with my nat 20s, I will give you their name. So sorry to interrupt. You would know this person's name is Wraith. They were on team 12.
That's the person who was in the farm with us.
Wraith, right?
Wraith. Oh, hated them. Hated that whole
They
team.
got out?
I was glad when they... Huh?
What? Sorry, they.
Y'all don't remember this?
No,
Yeah, I was
we
a
were
bit
kinda
preoccupied, actually.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I was there too. I was fucking busy too, but I remember that.
You were busy for 4 days, Drover, and then you got a ticket
whatever.
out of there.
That's
Hey,
fine.
hey.
All right,
If you're
all right,
jealous,
everyone.
just say that. It's not my fault Emu sent me out.
I know who took Rose, so can we focus on that, please? Wraith, Team 12, I think, like,
It was
anything
Team
I'm
12.
still,
eyes.
like,
Yeah.
marching ahead.
Sure.
I'm basically running.
Absolutely. I will say, too, Nadette, with your nat 20, and actually anybody who noticed, I forget, Drova, did you notice the magical energy in the air as well?
Yeah.
You did, right? Cool. So both of you also remember that Wraith was a wizard and had that power to teleport. You guys are rocketing down this hallway. It is so slim, like very clearly, probably a fairly recently, based on the fact that these tunnels are rock, which is a wild thing to have in a spaceship, but they look like freshly carved. Very narrow, like you have to go one person, like single file line down. It's this sort of like half-assed staircase down deeper into the depths of this ship. You are walking for probably like 5 to 7 minutes. Is there anything anyone would like to do before you are out of this tunnel?
Yeah, at one point, Chaser, who's like kind of just behind Tennant, is still keeping up. Isn't looking at him, is still just looking straight ahead. It's like, we're gonna fucking find her. If anybody stands in our way, we're gonna put him down. Yeah?
I think Tennant is, like, silent, and that's, like, the scariest part, is that guy never shuts up. And he says nothing, and he's just got a gun in each hand, and is just completely and entirely focused on pushing forward through the darkness.
I think Reva would look over to Rodella and just think, kind of pulling just quietly, do we know who was financially backing this Team 12? Anyone who had lost a lot of money and would have reason to maybe take out Rose?
Would I?
You can, what kind of check would you like to make? You guys did a lot of digging around in the workings of the ant farm.
Would this be memory recall then? Would this be history?
Sure, it could be history.
Rodella check.
Yeah, funky little Rodella check.
Yeah, and can I give you advantage on that?
Sure.
Not great, my guys. That was a 10.
A 10. You never really came across the names of this. I mean, you were pretty focused on people that were involved with Tennant's team. I will say, for Reva, with your previous 21 kind of carrying over, I think, no names come to mind, but like you stumbled across, like the people who were kind of broadcasting the ant farm had a little bit of a habit of, like, when teams were sleeping, if there was something nearby-ish happening that was exciting, they would kind of move the feed before coming back every like hour or so. And just like once or twice, they moved from Tennant's team to Team 12. And I think what you remember, just sort of like in that haze of memory, is this was a team that did not do well. This was a team that truly suffered in the ant farm. Like, you never saw them with any kind of advantage in the way that, like, Rose, Tennant, and Chaser, you know, would get, like, the soap and the ice cream and, like, the little gifts and stuff. You never saw this team with any of those. It almost seemed like bad luck after bad luck, and every time it would flip to them, it was just they were much worse off. So I would, with that 21, I would say you probably don't think necessarily, if they were being funded at all, it was probably like one-off luck. But they were not funded like the other team was necessarily.
Got it. Then I think, just recalling that, I'm going to share that with Rodella, and then
Sure.
I think a small aside is just, we collect the names of everyone who's here. And if possible, we point this person in the direction of where they really need to go. And if they don't go the way we need them to go, we take them out.
Yeah. I mean, another team might have incentive for vengeance, so just unfortunate they chose us.
Quite unfortunate they chose more suffering. And I think Riva pulls out a dagger.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of flicks it in her wrist and continues forward.
Sure, absolutely. You eventually, after a few minutes, Tennant, you're in front, and you kind of like, it's pitch black in here. You can just kind of make out like a few feet in front of your face, and you like just manage to stop yourself shy of running into a wall in front of you. And the walls on either side of you are still there.
Fuck.
What?
Can I like I kind of pocket one of my guns and like start pressing against the wall? Can I feel any like divots or like markings?
Sure. Yeah, you kind of start like running your hands up and down this wall, and at the like bottom left, you feel what feels like a very like haphazard kind of like handle. It's like really rough in your hand, but it does feel handle adjacent.
Like something I can like turn?
You think if you took it and you like pushed, it might open.
Okay, you ready?
Let's go.
Push the door open.
Okay, you open the door, and do you step out or do you just open the door and see what's there first?
Yeah, I just opened the door.
Okay. You open it and you see you are in a fairly dim room. This is a grand room. I mean, you've been on a lot of ships. I would say without a check, going down this deep in the ship, you kind of feel like maybe this at one point was some kind of like big like cargo hold, but it has been outfitted to look kind of like a ballroom. I mean, there is no like grand chandelier, but there are like columns all around that you can kind of see like you're under some sort of overlook, and looking up across the way, you see there's like a very dimly lit kind of balcony with a door in the distance. You get the sense that like people who were entering this room the way it was intended to be entered would probably have entered up on that balcony. And you can kind of just see, you haven't stepped out yet, so you can't really see what's to your left and right. But you see like vaguely coming from in the direction of your left, just like filtered like moon and starlight. You get the sense that there is probably a very large window there, and it matches up with the large window in the salon that you originally walked into. You don't hear anything other than the door makes like a scraping noise as it opens, as it is rock. But polished floor, not lit in here.
I'm going to like step out, but I'm gonna like stealth,
Sure.
and I'm gonna start like stealthing to see if I can see or
Sure.
find or track anything.
Roll me a stealth check, as well as anybody else who is walking in this room.
Can I try to... Do you already have advantage? On account of who you are as a person?
Oh, that's such a good question.
I was gonna say I will, because then Chaser will then just kind of see this and like walk straight out into the center of the ballroom and be like, "Yeah, perfect. So you want to fucking dance?" and try to like distract from him stealthing and kind of scooting along the side.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. Give me one moment to finish rolling some perception checks.
Of course.
Ooh,
They want to dance. Fucking dance. Let's go.
You got a 13 total with advantage. 1-3.
3-0.
3-0. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, what?
No, I have a plus 15, so I'm good.
That's why I was very confused. Amazing. So you kind of are like sticking close to the wall. You feel sufficiently hidden, at least for now. You're kind of like, if there were anybody up on the balcony, you are kind of in a place where they wouldn't be able to see you right now anyway. Anybody who is stepping into the room, which I believe for sure is Chaser and Tenant, but if anyone else is as well, you see. Again, you're kind of in this grand ballroom. There's a number of columns that seem to support this sort of overlook area. The columns, there isn't light in here, but with like the moonlight, you see like some of the columns have been engraved with something in gold that you just know because it like catches the light a little bit as you move. But more than that, you see to the left, up against this window, 3 huge chairs made of this jagged, sharp metal and like deep stone, and like I don't know what it's called, but in like building rubble, the like metal pieces that are circular, almost like really big screws. 3 chairs kind of assembled in this, and in the middle, there is a figure that you know. Wrists, kind of like hands are on the armrests of the chair, and there is this sort of like luminous, like bluish kind of magic binding around Rose's wrists. And she is wearing a crown that is made out of that same sharp metal, and some kind of dark liquid has seeped down into her hair and down her shoulders. But her eyes are open. Chaser, she sees you, and you see they like sit up a little bit and just stare. And as she's looking at you, you see her eyes like dart up to the side of the balcony that Tenant is currently under.
I think I have to look where she's looking.
Sure, you absolutely can.
I gotta.
Let me roll.
Can I make a perception
that's
check? 'Cause
scary.
I'm looking for someone to shoot.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, do I see Rose?
You do see Rose.
Okay.
Rose does not see you, though.
That's fine. It takes just about everything in this guy's body to not run over to her, but they don't, and they continue looking for whoever is responsible.
Absolutely, you can make that perception check.
If this will help me at all, I would love to divine sense as I'm standing here in the middle of this room.
Sure, that's fun.
I don't know if I'll get anything.
I don't know why I was waiting for you to tell me something. I know what divine sense is. I'm a paladin.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say paladin main over here. You know better than me.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So instantly you don't feel like any. There are a couple of little fiend pings on account of your friends or tieflings.
Yes, of course.
Beyond that, and of course the fae for Rose. I think you pick up one like extra little bit of fae up on the balcony, and as you look up, you see this person. Very quickly, Tenant, what perception check did you roll?
32.
32. Yeah, I think what you don't see anybody. You hear footsteps on the like landing above that you're under currently.
Is there a way to get up there that I can see?
From what you can see at this exact moment, no. I mean, you can like somebody who isn't you, I say with affection, could try to climb up these columns. There's probably some kind of stairs somewhere, but you don't see them where you are right now. Chaser, as you look up to this figure, you see Wraith, the person that you know to be Wraith, standing up on this balcony. They are no longer in this kind of slinky dress, but instead, like, arms are draped very lazily over the banister as they look down at you, and that same, like, starry void in their eyes. You notice across one side of their face as well is, like, this deep, jagged scar that kind of just barely doesn't cut through the eye, but, like, goes down her neck past the robes that she is now wearing. You see very clearly, like, they are kind of resting against the banister next to her is a arcane staff. Actually, will you also roll me a perception check, please?
Sure. I would love to. That I can't read. That's a 13.
13? Yeah, you just see Wraith up there.
Okay.
Very quickly, Jirova, Nadette, and the moms, what are you doing? Chaser has stepped out, called sort of for attention. You saw a tenant kind of slink into the darkness around the corner. What are you doing?
I'm assuming we all kind of like step out, and
Sure.
Rodella holds an arm back to Nadette and goes, "You stay hidden." And then I think Redella's gonna look for whoever she can see, whether it's Chase or Tenant or
Sure, you see Chaser. I'm gonna say with a 32, you probably don't see Tenant. But you saw the direction they slinked off to. You have an idea of where in the room Tenant probably is.
Do I see where Chaser's looking?
Yeah, you see
it's
Chaser
standing
looking
in the
at
middle. It's just openly staring at this person. Yeah.
Okay, Redella's gonna make eye contact with Chaser, point up, and just kind of like with a, they're there.
Get a little, yeah.
I'm going to. How high is this balcony up above me?
It is. I can tell you in just a moment. I believe it's about 70 to 80 feet up. Yeah, it's about 80 feet up.
Okay.
80 feet above us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess for you, because if you're underneath, it's probably like a little closer to like 75 because like she's up on the landing part of it and you're underneath. But to like get over the railing, it would take 80 feet.
Okay.
Or fighting another way.
All right.
Riva, Nadette, and Drova. What you doing?
I think Riva looks over to Drova. Show me what you're capable of, and if I'm impressed, I'll give you my number. And then Riva slinks into the shadows.
Sure. Are you stealthing as well, Riva?
Yes.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check, please.
Ooh, that is a nat 20.
Hell yeah. You
What
feel
is
sufficiently
happening?
not seen. You are slinking into the shadows. Are you heading in the direction that, I mean, you don't know, you kind of know Tenant in that direction. Are you heading in the direction towards, like, Rose? Are you heading towards the back of the room?
I'm going to head towards Rose.
Sure, absolutely. You can start slinking by. Tenant, how far did you go?
Knowing that there's someone on the balcony above me, I'm gonna try and
Yeah.
stealth into a position where I have, like, I can line up a shot.
Sure. So I would say right now you're kind of like instinct here because like most of the shadows, thanks to the like moon and starlight, are in these places where the overhang is. You could try to dart across the open space that's a little more lit onto the other side. Easiest might honestly be to stick to the shadows and go all the way around to the other side.
Yeah, okay.
All the way around?
Yeah.
Cool. You can absolutely start doing that. Nadette, are you hiding as well?
Nadette will hide, but first,
Yeah.
or instead of, whatever is your call, Nadette would love to cast Silent Image of a, like, figure with a hood up, like, creeping towards Rose, as if to, like, undo Rose's bonds. So whoever's looking sees somebody going for Rose.
What is your spell save DC?
Great question. Get out of here. D&D Beyond, let me do my shit! My spell save DC is 17.
17. Okay. You see, do you make the figure look like anybody? Is it just like a shaded face?
It's just like somebody wearing a robe, covering their face, creeping towards Rose.
Okay. I think you see Rose kind of like catches sight of this and like squints at it a little bit, hasn't quite processed what's happening, but is like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? We'll go with that. You can't see Wraith, but you don't hear like that same kind of soft footstep that you heard when she kind of stepped up to the banister. You do hear a heavier footstep, kind of like scuffle. All of you pretty much hear this. And Chaser, you see the figure that you did not see before stepped forward from the shadow. It is this broad-shouldered, masculine figure with a giant sword at his hip, who almost cleanly down the middle. One half is human and intact, and the other half is cyborg. You would know this team had a rough fucking time. And truly and sincerely, like, down the middle, like, Two-Face almost from DC, but, like, pure mechanics and arcane are on the other side. And you see he kind of steps forward. Those of you who got the nat 20, who can see this person, you would know that his name is Eris. And Eris takes a step forward and goes, "Hey, not any further." And the sword
To my
comes out.
figure? Or to who?
Yeah, to your figure.
I kind of put my hands up and does your figure continue creeping?
Oh yeah, my figure.
Okay.
Well, I think my figure will pause for a second. I'll like kind of make it pause, like stiffen a little bit, and then keep on creeping to draw the attention.
Hey, listen. I don't know what's going on here. It kind of feels to me like you're misdirecting your anger a bit.
Wraith kind of like leans down and puts a fair chin on her arms on the banister. And kind of like you see raises a hand a little bit to Eris. You get the sense that Wraith has seen through this illusion and doesn't really care. Kind of cocks a fair head a little bit and says, "You're late." Guess I shouldn't be surprised, based on, who the lot of you are, but
yeah.
I thought you'd be here, God, 20 minutes ago?
Yeah, we were working on it, got a little bit distracted. We expected to come and fuck up a party, but it seems like you did that for us.
You're welcome, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, is it really possible to fuck up your own party? I did throw this, after all.
Yeah, I could tell the bar was not very well stocked at all.
Yeah, sorry,
so,
we
should hire
can't
a
all be,
consultant.
Oh, it's not a consultant issue, it's just, we didn't all leave the ant farm and enter into a family full of riches. Or get paid off for saving one, so some of us have to make do with what we've got.
Kind of just like, it's still like clearly a little bit like pissed off, but we'll kind of like look a little at her. She was a little bit guilty for a second because things worked out for me, didn't they? Look, what they did to us, they should spend a lifetime paying for. If that's something that you're interested in, and I kind of gesture to Rose.
Rose kind of like looks at you and with an expression that very clearly says, "Sorry, what am I paying for?" I didn't do anything.
I've heard, I'm sure that her new family was very interested in making that happen. Why the fuck else do you think we took that invitation?
It's not money I want, Chaser.
Yeah. Me neither. You want to put your fucking fist through the face of the person who fucked your life up, right? I get it.
It's a long list.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Did you even think about sending help back after you blew the arena full of people to hell?
That's a fair question, Chaser.
Wraith kind of like looks down at you and gives you like a little wink and then looks back at Chaser.
I figured that we were all dead if we didn't do that anyway.
Right. So you didn't even think to try? We were 2 floors down when you brought the whole thing down. Did you know, actually, that they had thought about what to do with those of us who were in there, and the answer was that every room had like a second backup destruct feature? So we got to do it twice, thanks to you. It never occurred to you, not even once, that you were not the only fucking people in that place. So yeah, I've got a list. Your name's on it too, not just theirs.
If you had been in our situation, if you had had the opportunity that we had,
you had a lot of opportunity.
Can you honestly say that you would have, I don't know, sent in a rescue squad?
Is that how you sleep at night, Naomi?
No, I don't sleep.
That makes 2 of us then. And you see Wraith kind of like pushes themselves up from the railing, and you see the hand like comes over to the staff a little bit, and she like drapes an arm around it and goes, "Listen, this, well, I'd say it's not personal, but I guess it kind of is. A little. Because I've got to start checking names off that list. And, well, I guess you're here. Might as well start with you.
Can I take the shot?
Sure. Take a shot right-ish. I'll kind of describe what happens here, and I'll let you get a shot into the top of the round. She picks up this staff, puts the other hand on it, and slams it onto the ground. And folks, a couple things happen at once. One, you see, it's kind of hard to see from the vantage point you're at, but you see like a glow from underneath them and Eris light. You get the sense that there was like a rune that was pre-written out here or a ward for this moment that she has activated. Glows bright blue, and you see like this kind of bubble of energy come up over them, like a shield kind of. And then at the same time, the room that you're in starts to shake a little bit and quiver a little bit. And all of this kind of debris that you didn't see in the darkness up behind the throne where Rose is begins to lift and raise, and more metal comes, and it comes together until it is bigger and bigger and bigger. And then there is a 25-foot figure of stone and rubble and cracks of arcane energy. Barely humanoid, but 2 arms, one holding a sharp piece of metal that looks kind of spear-like, and the other something akin to a sword. And in this creature, this colossus made of rubble from the ant farm, bears down at you. And you see those little gold things in the columns detach as mangled glitters come to life.
Fucking knew it! I fucking knew it!
And as I would love to ask all of you to roll initiative as Wraith looks down at you and says, "Welcome back." You guys, I'm going to change the music real quick. And Tenet, you can go ahead and take that shot. Yes. Give me 1 moment to change the music, and then absolutely.
Oh my God.
Can I also get a pronouns check on Wraith?
Faye, any.
Yeah, let me get this bitch's pronouns before I fucking obliterate them.
Murder them. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Of course. Just a moment here. Okay. Tenet, are you aiming for Wraith or Eris? You can see both of them.
Wraith.
Okay. Go ahead and take your shot.
Because of my assassinate feat, it's automatically a critical hit. I rolled
Nice.
a 19 on the dice and it's plus 1,000,000, so
That does hit.
that is 16. Cool. Oh my God. 73 points of damage.
73 points of damage. Absolutely. You instantly bloody this person as this bullet that you fire gets through the shield just a moment before it goes up.
I want to shoot,
Yeah.
if I can, I want to shoot, like, as she, like, raises her hands to cast, I want to shoot through her hand and into her chest. So I fuck up one of her casting hands.
Sure, absolutely. You can see like that staff kind of went down and a hand came up and it absolutely tore through. You see her like stagger almost, and Eris in an instant, like sword is out and steps in front of them and bears down towards you. Eris is very clearly playing the guard here. You absolutely fucking tore through. They are still kicking, but man, Faye don't look good. That is for sure. But now that shield is up and this Colossus is bearing down on all of you. Let's do initiative very quick. 30 to 25.
Do I need to roll initiative? Because I...
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so we'll just have... Yeah, actually, so in just a moment, we'll do initiative and then we'll do the rest of your turn. If you want to do anything other than that attack. Okay. Let me grab initiative really quick. 30 to 25. 25 to 20.
19.
21.
19. You said Reva is 20?
23.
23. Okay. And then who got 21?
Me.
Cool. Amazing. 20 to 15.
15.
15. You got it. Okay. And then what is this? 15 to 10? 10 to 5?
I got a 15.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna guess Chaser's dexterity is higher.
I would
I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark there. Nadette, you got a 7, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that is everybody, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Amazing. So, Tenet, you have taken your first action. You have the rest of your turn if you would like it. mean, I guess you don't have to. Like, if you just want to like be done, that's fine. You know.
I'm going to get as close to Rose as I can, and I'm gonna bonus action hide.
Sure. So the room is about 100 feet long. You came in halfway through. How close did you get to Rose initially? Just like ish.
I don't think I ever got close to Rose. I was just literally trying to line up a shot for Wraith. So
Sure. Then we'll say you can get within like 10 feet of Rose and hide if you like. You can hide behind one of these thrones if you'd like, behind a column. Would you have a preference?
I'll hide behind a column.
Sure, absolutely. As you kind of, go ahead and make me a stealth check. As you duck behind this column, you see the minute the gunshot went off, Rose's eyes went and found you, and are just like boring into you. You see worry there. But she has not spoken, and like, her hands are straining a little bit, but you get the sense that maybe they cannot cast magic or speak at this moment.
Yeah, I try and inject as much reassurance into my returning gaze as I can, and then I just disappear.
Absolutely. What was your stealth check?
28.
28. Good to know. Amazing. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I think that's my movement and my bonus action, so no.
Hell yeah. Did you take your second attack? Would you like to?
I didn't! Thank you for reminding me I have that!
Of course. Happy to help anytime.
Bless you. Can I ask quickly about this shield in front of Wraith? Where, like, is it just in front of her? Is it, like, all around her?
From what you can see, it's sort of like this dome that covers like the area that is facing outwards. You can't quite tell if it goes all the way around, but there isn't a ton of space, so you think probably not.
What is behind her?
The wall.
What's the wall made out of?
It looks like wallpaper or something.
Just okay. Can I fire behind her and like hit behind her?
You could try?
Okay. I would like to fire behind her, and I want to use one of my like exploding bullets.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I want to try and blast her off of this balcony.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I shall roll to hit. That's a nat 20!
Holy shit.
What is happening? It came in! I told you it was gonna come in! Shit up! Holy shit!
Does anyone have a fucking tally?
We've been blessed this session.
That is so good.
Okay, so... Oh god, this is gonna be... Just carry on, I'm gonna start tallying up damage. Can I... So I'm gonna do critical damage on the bullet and then the explosive bullet, right? Oh, she needs to do a DC 15 dexterity save.
Okay, you got it. And Eris, how big is this explosion? Because Eris is right next to...
Everyone within a 10-foot radius.
Cool. They are in that. Okay, well, folks, you can mark me down for a nat 20, because Wraith just got a nat 20. Eris, however, did so bad. What is this man's dex bonus? Not good. That is for sure. Yeah, I'm assuming a 5 doesn't do it for our good friend Eris.
No.
Cool.
Hold on, I didn't... Okay, so how are we playing this? Because I shot behind her?
Sure.
So...
I would say,
But I did get a nat 20.
Let me pitch you something on this.
Okay.
Because normally for a nat 20, obviously you would do max damage plus what you rolled. Yeah. Technically, you're hitting the wall. So let's do full standard damage, not crit damage. So if you want to roll for your normal damage, and then I'll give her disadvantage on her dex throw because you are behind her. Does that spark joy? Because you're not technically hitting them, but goddamn, they are so close to it.
I didn't process any of what
that is okay. That's okay. So if you were hitting Wraith, so you would be doing double.
Right.
But you're hitting the wall behind them. So instead of double, let's just do your standard damage, and I will give them disadvantage. So I will roll again. I probably won't get another nat 20. But just do your standard damage and not crit damage, since it is the wall.
And just roll for it, or is it just the maximum amount of damage?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for it.
Okay.
That I'm assuming is a failure with a 13.
That does fail.
Nice.
Okay, so 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh, and I do sneak attack because I was hidden.
So true.
Oh my god. 12, 18, 21. So what did I just say? 17 plus 21.
I think so.
So 38. And then the fire damage she takes is 10. Oh my god, 10? And 10? Holy shit!
What is happening?
Holy
What is
shit!
going on?
Right up. You want an ant farm repeat,
38
bitch? You're gonna
plus
get
20?
one. Get exploded.
So 58 points of damage,
Holy
and he also took the full 20 points of fire damage.
Okay, yeah, you got it. I mean, he looks a little better off than Faye do, but that's okay. I'm sure you will fix that so soon.
Does
yeah,
she take
Wraith,
falling damage from falling off the balcony?
let's roll and see how nice these banisters are. I'm just gonna roll a d20 luck
It
check.
sure is
They
like
say-
Come on. Fall
It is
down.
86.
Fall down right into my fucking lap so I don't have to spend a key point to get to you. Come on.
And it's in there like, now you know how it feels. Flips.
So that is a 3. The banister does break, and they both fall.
Yeah!
This shield is also concentration.
Oh,
okay, wait.
yeah, baby.
Okay, please hold while I roll 8d6 falling damage here.
So fucking
I don't
hell.
know if she's gonna
Right
survive it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Maybe big stone scary guy will go poof.
Can we steal the staff when they fall?
2. You can
Shouldn't
try.
remind me about
That
the
is.
second attack.
Oh my god, that's so funny. That is 25 points of damage. She had 26. There are
No, that's
one-
good.
Honestly, somebody
Fucking
could
hit
just like
point.
spit on them and they're like,
Yeah,
"Ow,
you're
can
so
I
true.
kick 'em a little bit?"
Ooh,
The
she better
shield
notice her food.
vanishes. I'm not even gonna roll a dexterity check for either of them because it's 80 feet. You see, Wraith falls like back forward, and their head cracks onto the nice polished floor, and you hear just like that pained wheeze. Still conscious, but my god, just barely, huh? Eris also falls, looks a little better, still in triple digits, but it looks very concerned for his wife, who's on the ground.
Oh,
Oh,
they're married.
Do I
They
have
are
any more
married.
of my...
Oh.
Oh, shit. Well, sorry, dude. Do I have any more of my movement left?
Yeah, I'll say you can have like 10 feet if you want it.
Can I get to her in that 10 feet?
You were up by Rose. I'm gonna say probably not, but you can on your next turn.
Okay.
Cause it's like a 30-foot distance.
I'll use
between
my
you guys
10
right now.
feet to just stand in front of Rose.
Can I
Cool.
can I
You can
just look
absolutely do it.
down at the two of them and be like, I was the fucking nice one.
Sure. Absolutely. Tenant, that is your turn. Reva, you're not on deck. You're up. And Drova's on deck. I can talk.
Can I
This
get a
giant
quick-
colossus stays up, by the way, just as a note.
So there's a giant colossus, and we've got Wraith and the other person who's like fallen down
Eris.
from the banister. Eris fallen
Yes.
down on the banister, right?
Mhm.
Can I
Like
use
I
my can I move towards them or get in range?
Sure. Absolutely. You
Awesome.
can get in range of either of them.
I would like to get in range of the wizard.
Sure. Absolutely.
And I think in Crow's Cant, I would like to shout out, Tenant, is it all right if I finish them, or would you like to?
Tenant looks up at you, and you know that they are going to kill this person.
Did she say? What did she? What was that? She's speaking gibberish. Did she hit her head? Is she okay?
I think to Wraith, I think Reva's very much gonna. I think you hear the distinctive clicking of Reva's boots, I think, just like on the ground as she honestly just strolls over.
Sure.
Excuse me, sweetie, did you say that you had a list?
Wraith looks up at you, eyes half closed, and just like with the no energy they have, like spits on the ground at your feet.
That's unfortunate. And I'm thinking crows can't to Tenet. Like, sorry, sweetie. And I'm gonna just attack.
Absolutely, you have advantage because Fae are prone on the ground.
That's gonna be a 26 to hit.
That'll do it. Hey, Bree, how do you want to kill this guy with her 1 hit point?
I think just a knife to the back, just very, very clinical. Or you know what, a knife to the back of the neck, just chunk.
Such an important question. Do you roll them over to do this? 'Cause she's on her back, like
No.
laying on her back. Okay.
This is very much so an execution.
Absolutely. And a moment later, Wraith is gone. Eris, from where they are, like 10 feet away, just like bears down and screams at you. Riva, is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Excuse me, sir, do you have a list as well? I need to collect a few phone numbers.
Just looks at you with blinding hatred. Like, I think you don't even think that he can speak right now because of how they feel.
Riva clicks her tongue and wraps her turn.
That's your turn?
Yep.
All right, you got it. Drova, you're up. The Colossus is on deck.
So I forgot I had the boots of
If she's
striding
dead,
and
is this
springing.
Colossus's magic still active?
Yeah. The shield part was the concentration part. It wasn't the big man.
Can I jump over with my boots of striding and springing to
Sure.
the body and pick up the staff?
Sure, yeah. It's a nice staff. It's a little fucked up on account of it just fat lady feet, but you surely do have such a nice staff now. Yeah.
Fucking sick. And then I'd like to take a shot with my hot pink gun
Sure.
at the stone fella.
You got it. Please do shoot at the big guy.
Oops.
Trademark.
That was damage. That's 18 to hit.
18 is a miss.
What? Well, she was just really excited about this staff and just
So
was like,
true.
Oh shit! And we'll jump back a little bit.
Yeah, you're so valid for that. Would you like to do anything else on your turn? You just jumping back?
If I jump
staff.
back with the staff, can I like try to wiggle it around and figure out if it will get Rose out of the chair?
Make me a luck check, because Drova, you are not a caster, but I think it's really funny.
That's a 19.
19? Yeah, sure. You kind of do just the right wiggle and you hit it on the ground the same way that Wraith did. And you see, Tennant, you see this as well because you're right in front of Rose. Those little like silvery blue bindings vanish. And Rose kind of like opens their mouth and goes, "Oh my god, are you okay? Sorry." And just starts rambling.
I just did
nervous.
magic. Holy fuck.
Great job, Drova!
Thank
You did a wonderful job. You're welcome. Anything else on your turn? You did magic, and I'm so proud of you. Amazing. It is now the Colossus's turn.
No.
This huge 25-foot rock man, Dwayne the Rock Johnson. That's not true. I'm sorry. This isn't a joke. He's so scary. Looks down at all of you. He doesn't really have eyes, I guess, but there's two like kind of glitters set into its face to look down at all of you. And is going to. So Tenet, you are by Rose. Riva, you are by Wraith's body. Very quickly, Rodella, you were also in the middle of the room, right? Nadette, where are you in this room?
I hadn't really moved that far from like where we all came in.
Okay, cool. Amazing. So this Colossus is going to pull out this giant like sword-like sheath of metal and is going to swing at you, Tenet, first. You are the closest to it. Let me roll for that. That is that doesn't hit. That's a 28 to hit.
Yeah,
roll that real quick. Cool. I mean, it'd be very cool and sexy for Tenet if it didn't. But unfortunately,
Yeah, I'm just a man, and I still stay skinny.
You're so true.
Just a skinny little guy.
That is 36 points of slashing damage to you with its first attack. Second attack, this thing pulls this big shard of metal out of its own chest and is going to throw it over at Chaser. Let me roll for that real quick.
Hello.
That is a natural 20.
Fuck!
Yeah, that'll
I'm assuming at
fucking do it.
36 hits your armor class.
That's more than double my armor class, so yes, it will.
That'll do it,
Ow.
brothers.
Is it? Oh wait, is this This is a
It
counts
is
as
ranged.
It is ranged. Okay, yeah. So do your thing,
Okay.
and I'll let you know.
May I do something? With my
Sure.
reaction.
Yeah.
On my third shot with my magical gun, I can fire and vines explode out of the gun, and I can reduce the damage that someone takes by a d10 plus 2.
Sure. Absolutely. So let me roll this really quick, and then remind me what you roll.
Because I will be deflecting missile about it.
Nice.
Cool.
It's not
What
even a
do-
key point.
What are you reducing that by, Tenant?
11.
Okay. And Chaser, remind me what deflect missiles does, because yes, I played them for over a year, but I've never learned them.
Also reduces damage by 1d10 plus 15. So let me just do this.
Can you roll that for me?
So it'll reduce it by another 23.
And don't you get a chance to try and catch it?
Yes, I
back?
do. Yes, I do.
Ooh.
If it reduces to 0.
It
Tell
does
me,
not
Jade.
reduce to 0.
Shit,
With all of
that's
that
okay.
reduction, you take 27 points of piercing damage.
Holy fucking ow.
It was going to be about
27?
60. So, yeah.
I think what happens
Woo!
is these vines explode from this gun, wrap around Chaser, and start to jerk her out, but the guy's sword just like cuts through most of the vines, and though it's not quite a devastating blow, it just slices the vines and like they drop to the ground and like wither away, and Dan's like, fuck.
Yeah, I think manages to kind of push it out of the way a little bit, like kind of goes to like block it, but it still kind of like pierces her shoulder anyway, but
All right. And
ow, I
that,
say out loud.
that is the Colossus. We are moving on. Chaser, it is your turn. Rodella, you are on deck.
Okay. How far away is this? Well, okay, I'm in the middle of the room. Big
You are
Colossus
shortly.
and fucking the other guy, the husband. How far
husband
away
is
are
about
these?
15 feet from you. Big guy is like 25, 30.
Okay, I'm gonna go after the husband because the big guy scares me.
Yeah, you're valid for that.
And so I'm just gonna kind of turn back and look at him and be like, sucks to suck. And I'm gonna attack him and flurry of blows about it.
Please do. Let me know how that goes.
It's gonna go so good is the thing. I should have got more
That's true.
d20s out. Let's just go crazy, go stupid. All the d20s that are on top of my bucket right now. I'm just gonna roll all of them at once on account of I don't want to do math. Wow, these are all really good. The lowest one to hit is a 22.
Yeah, all those hit. Tell me more about that damage.
Okay, and I'm also gonna Divine Smite. So here are my d8s, and then what does Divine Smite do? Hello, where are you? That's an extra 2d8. I should have got more d8s out. Oh my god, I want to roll everything at once and feel really hot and sexy about it. 1. Where's my other one? Hello? I should have done this before. So sorry about that, guys.
It's all good.
Okay. Hell yeah. So this is so many oh, there's so many 8s in that. Oh my god. That is 24 plus another 12, 36 plus another 4 is 40 plus I have to add all my bonuses plus 8 times 4 is 32. So 40 plus 32 is 72. And then am I forgetting something?
You tell me, brother.
I don't know. I feel like I'm not. That feels correct to me. So yeah, I start wailing on this guy and do 72 points of damage. Most of it's bludgeoning. Some of it is fucking radiant damage. Do you need me to separate those out? Because I can do it.
I do not.
Okay.
You just punch the fuck out of this guy. You are wailing on him.
Yeah,
you
Chase has kind of lost control in a way that she really hasn't since the ant farm. I think that it usually is very, like, her movements are super duper controlled, is like a lot of like bobbing, weaving, kind of making sure that her opponent can't lay a hit on her. even as she's trying to like hit them. But I think in this moment has just kind of like there's really nothing behind the eyes, and she's just fucking unloads.
Deeply sad. Thank you so much.
You're
on this
welcome.
guy. You see these chunks and shards of like metal go flying along with the blood. This on a scale of 1 to 145, this man's feeling about a 15. So you have very nearly done him in the lobby.
Wait, I was forgetting something.
What are you forgetting?
I was forgetting the extra damage from the knuckle dusters. So
Well,
that's another 8
It's-
points of damage.
Cool. 30, 12. So on a scale of 1 to 145, this man's feeling about a 7.
Cool.
Chaser, thank you so much. We're going to move on from Chaser to Rodella. Eris is on deck.
Just clarify, was Chaser
Yes.
hitting the big
Husband.
rubble thing or
The husband.
Oh, the husband. Okay.
Rodella, it is your turn.
Rodella? Okay. Rodella's gonna kind of step out. Can I see Rose is free now, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think Rodella's gonna look at that. She's gonna look at everyone else in the room, and she's just gonna be like, hope this works. Prepare to run. And looks at the Colossus and casts Banishment.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. What's that save? Tell me more about that save.
So that save is a
Charisma.
Charisma 17.
Let me tell you a fun fact about this man. As I
Are
roll
these-
in the hopes that maybe I get a nat 20. Just take a guess on what this man's charisma score is. before I go.
Negative
That's probably
18.
Pretty close. This man has a
God,
charisma
this is another nat
score
20.
of 1.
James, what
you
did you
get a nat 20?
James, don't flip.
No.
Don't fucking
You're
play with
not
me
gonna
right now.
fucking nat 20.
Don't play with me right now.
Honestly, applause. That's fucking hilarious.
No!
Take
Roll
the
it
picture. Take the
disadvantage.
picture. Go ahead. Take the picture. Yeah.
That is
If
the
someone can
funniest
make me
thing
a
I've-
case on why it's a disadvantage or wants to give me something about it,
No,
I'll roll a
it's-
disadvantage.
I think it's at disadvantage because
notes?
the thing that casted it is dead, and the other thing that maybe helped cast it is almost dead.
I
And
mean, if
so-
you got a
what?
nat
And I
20,
think
you
we're all
got
too
it.
hot. Okay, hang on. Here, let me pitch you something.
Also, we got to
Drova. Yeah, I know that's what I'm trying to. Or not Chaser. Drova, you're holding this staff. You feel magical energy still coursing through it. You just gave it a shake. Roll me one more luck check, and I'll roll it at disadvantage.
We all have inspiration.
That's an
Somebody
18.
use their
You got a nat
inspiration.
20.
So
That's
true.
an 18.
18? Yeah. That's a natural 1. There's just a moment when this Colossus feels your magic try to take hold, and the sword and another shard of metal come up, and it bears down to look at you, and boop, it's gone.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Shaking the staff.
Like, did you kill it?
Little sparks start coming out of it. You're doing all kinds of magic in here. Incredible.
Rodella looks at everyone and is like, "We've got a minute. Get the fuck out."
Sure. That is Rodella. Are you starting to run, or are you waiting for your family?
I'm waiting for the family, but I'm moving towards the door.
That is okay. You can make your way to the door easily and hold back. It is now Eris's turn with Nadette on deck. I don't know if we'll get to Nadette, but we'll find out. Eris kind of looks at this scene, watches this Colossus vanish, looks at the body of his wife just a few feet away, and reaches out, doesn't move, so does not trigger an attack of opportunity from you, Chaser, my love, who just punched them so bad. Reaches out to Wraith, and you see just kind of like, you almost like think it's a gesture of affection until you see for just a moment he pulls out some kind of golden item. It's a watch, and he pushes the top down and he vanishes,
Son of a bitch.
and all of you are alone in this room.
He just disappeared. He just like
As you can tell, you feel that like crackle of magic you felt a little earlier.
is Wraith's body still there?
It is still there.
Okay, I think Chaser really quickly. Are we still in initiative? Are we kind of in a fucky wucky?
We are
phase?
out of initiative. Here, Nadette, do
Okay.
you want to do anything on your turn real quick? I know you didn't get a turn. Anything you want to do specifically? I just want
it
you to
was
have a
very
turn.
dependent on seeing that guy,
Sure.
so
He's gone.
that's just gonna go. Fuck you.
Excellent,
very
great.
loud in the room.
We're now, it echoes through. It's like super beautiful. It almost harmonizes with itself. And we are out of initiative.
Yeah, Chaser is like everybody get the fuck out of here, and is gonna kind of bend down to Wraith and like, I know I saw Riva, you know, slice this bitch up. Can I like check for a pulse anyway?
Without even a check, yeah, they are gone.
All right. Well, never mind.
Is this crown still on Rose's head?
It is, yeah.
Does it look like I can remove it, or does it look like fucked up?
Looks
Okay,
like
I
you
just
can
like
remove it.
I just fucking lob it across the room,
Sure.
and I'm like immediately like crouching in front of her, like, oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah, sorry, the kind of like looks down at their shoulders and chest, which are just doused in what you can now see looks kind of like blood. Yeah, this isn't mine. It just sort of started doing that when
Just
that we
pulls
should
you to his
go.
chest, just like
Yeah.
hugs you.
We've got
I
like
am
10
taking-
seconds. Get out.
Can Dingo 1 come pick us all up?
Yeah,
And run us
absolutely.
out.
You guys book it through this. Are you guys going? There is a set of stairs here that leads into the main room. Are you going that way? Or are you going through the secret passageway? What's the vibe?
Quickest one.
Probably. What do we think is going to be the quickest way out?
Probably the normal exit, the one that like would have been the normal.
Then
Cool.
run the-
You guys make it up that set of stairs, throw open the doors, and you find yourself once again in this room that you started in. It is a little more empty. You get the sense that the pirate captain in here kind of like, okay, everybody, time to go home. But the few that are in there, you see the couple staring at you guys covered in blood and ash, like guns still smoking a little bit. And you can very easily make your way out and back to your ship. Is there anything you would like to do to this ship before you leave? Because I know you wanted to start a fire so bad.
As we're running around and like,
Yeah.
Was there a guest list by the front? Like, was there anything?
Make me a quick investigation check.
And can I do a help with this?
Sure.
While we're running out, can I punch the mean lady in the face?
Yeah. Sure.
Since I didn't get an
I'm not
action
gonna
in
stop
combat.
you. I'm not gonna make you roll for it. She's just a lady.
Just a lady.
Perfect. I'm gonna punch her in the
punch
face.
her.
I just want to see what I did. That's a 17 to punch this lady in the face.
Yeah, you punch her real bad. Her wig smushes forever. And you get the sense that the, like, I forget what it's called, but the little, like, metal dress form underneath that makes her skirt so big is dented forever. It's very
Yeah,
humiliating
the
for her.
whalebone skirt.
Yeah.
Dead.
Okay. it was a
Rodella. 12? I would say you can pick up the clipboard that Casper had. Actually, I'm going to reflavor that. Casper appears in front of you and says, I was unable to locate my supervisor. Also, I think it is good to inform you that self-destruct protocols have been engaged.
Got
Casper,
it.
could you please give us a guest list? We want to make sure that everyone makes it out of here safely.
Kind of like looks down at the clipboard that it's holding. Doesn't really know what to do and just stares at you. You get the sense you can just take it if you want. This is a little guy. He's got no weapons.
Fantastic. I take the guest list.
Rodella is
Absolutely.
going to the front door. Once the family's out, Rodella's going to close it and just find something to lock it.
Sure. Yeah, you can absolutely do that as all of you are running to the ship. Anyone who turns around can see that, like, the big pirate ship that was off to the side that you assume is the captains that you met. There's, like, a couple little longboats floating around, and people are... You see a very boysenberry-soaked young man leaping over into a longboat. People are kind of still abandoning ship a little bit. You don't know how many make it out, but you make it to your ship and can begin sailing away just before there is a big explosion in your wake, and you can ride that wave into the metaphorical sunset because you are in space. Also, I won't get into it because we do have to end. However, like 3 hours pass, and then you find a very nervous little satyr on your ship going, "Hi, I was told that I had a job, and then everything exploded, and I didn't know where to go." So you gain an accountant if you would like to.
Our
And I
bastard alley accountant.
Yeah.
And
And folks, I think that's where we're gonna call it today for Viper's Strike, a Crow Lane small scale tale. Thank you so much for joining us. We love to have you, and we'll see you on Wednesday for Starfarers. Until then, I don't have something clever, so just go crash a party in my honor. And we'll see you later. Bye. Bye.